Naruto activated the heaven-defying enlightenment system at the beginning. Chapter 21. Crack. Just at this moment, Denki came out biting potato chips. Naruto, can I join too? Choji didn't say he wanted to join, but asked Naruto's opinion. He really treated Naruto as his good friend. He was not stupid. In fact, his mind was very clear. He knew that Naruto and Sasuke were not joking when they had such a thought. He was a little worried whether he could keep up with the others. Shikamaru, as long as you think about it, you will definitely become a powerful ninja that surpasses your father in the future. You are a butterfly, and now you are just in the initial stage. When you break out of the cocoon, you will surely amaze everyone. Naruto gave a thumbs up to Choji with a look of approval. I join, Denki said seriously. He even ate all the potato chips in his hand while saying this. Hey, it looks so troublesome. But I think it's very interesting, please add me. Shikamaru held the back of his head, still with a lazy look on his face, but his eyes were very bright. I want to join too. Naruto, I lost to you this time. Next time I will definitely beat you up. Ya said angrily. I joined too, but Naruto, you should know that my fighting style is a little different from yours. Shino adjusted his glasses and spoke slowly. Shino, if you join our training, I can guarantee that you will become stronger. Moreover, I can help you improve your mental strength. Naruto slowly said. Okay, I'll join. Shino expressed his opinion. Sakura and Ino, of course, chose to join. They would not miss this extra time to spend with Sasuke. Hinata nodded hesitantly. 10 of the 12 little strongmen are now here. The reason why Naruto chose to train with them to speed up the pace of everyone's strength improvement is not only because of the connection between the Uchiha and other families. There is also a more important thing. That is, the world power of this world. Naruto didn't know what the butterfly effect he caused would bring, so when the change came, he pulled these main people into it. What changes will happen in the future, he can have a general direction of growth. The only thing that can be understood is that after these people become partners, they will definitely be able to provide great help in the future. At the same time, it can also help the current Uchiha to solve some crises. Hinata-sama, the head of the family asked me to come and find you. Just as everyone chose to join, a cold voice came. Even though he was calling Hinata-sama, the disgust in his words was written on his face. Everyone looked in the direction of the voice and saw that it was Hyuga Neji from the Hyuga family branch. Brother Ninki, the master's order, so Hinata-sama, please come back with me. Also, the head of the family said that you will become the head of the family in the future. Now, there should be other more important things. Ningji interrupted Hinata's words, and the alienation in his words was vividly expressed. Cut, what is a guy from a branch family so proud of? Sasuke couldn't stand such sarcasm. Not to mention, after Hinata joined their special training team, she would be his friend. Even if Neji was one level higher than him, Sasuke would not indulge him. Sasuke, you can't say that, Naruto said. Then, he stepped forward. If you want to get rid of that kind of life, you shouldn't take your anger out on Hinata, but go back and question your family. Before you can question, you must first be qualified to do so, which means you must have enough strength. Fists are the hard truth. When you are not strong enough and still need to rely on others, who are you showing off to? Who will care? It's just that you are deceiving yourself, a coward, in this way. Naruto showed no mercy and directly revealed the things that Neji wanted to hide the most in his heart. He did have a shadow in his heart after seeing his father die because of his uncle. After being sealed as a bird in a cage, he felt humiliated and wanted to resist. But, thinking is one thing, doing is another. In addition, Neji is very talented, so he will naturally look down on Hinata, who will be stepped on by him in the future. Why should he, a genius, come to train with such a weak chicken? The mixture of various emotions has led to Neji's current personality. Although in the original work, Neji also changed because of Naruto. But now Naruto, it is not recommended to bring such things forward. Neji is still a 7-year-old child. How can he listen to this? He raised his hand, pointed at Naruto, and instantly opened his Byakugan. You wanna fight me? I accept your invitation to fight, but I need to set a bet. Naruto said seriously. Then, he made the seal of opposition. Seeing Naruto's serious face, which didn't seem to be joking, Neji's mood also eased a little. What's the bet? Neji raised his finger and asked seriously. If I lose, then what we are doing here is meaningless. If I win, then you need to join our practical training. Of course, if you win. Naruto said this, and instantly disappeared from the spot, coming to Neji's side. He whispered something in his ear. Hearing this, Neji's eyes trembled instantly. His body couldn't help but tremble. Are you telling the truth? Ninji's breathing was a little rapid, and his words were also very rapid. That's natural. If I default on my debt, you can tell others to stay away from me, a liar. Naruto said, and returned to the center of the training ground with a sunny face. After taking a few deep breaths, Neji also walked to the center of the training ground step by step and made a starting gesture. Brother Ninki is very strong. Naruto-kun, will he get hurt? Hinata clasped her hands together in front of her chest and spoke with some worry. In the battle between the two, no matter who got hurt, she would be very sad. Ninchi's strength. It's hard for Naruto to defeat him. However, this guy seems very confident, maybe he has some hidden cards. Inuzuka Kiba said slowly. He had seen Neji's combat test. Even in the senior grades, those people were no match for Neji. Although Naruto was not weak, he will win. This guy. Sasuke was full of confidence. From the previous few battles, Sasuke knew that Naruto's true strength was definitely more than what he showed. Neji looked at Naruto in front of him with some seriousness. This orphan, who was called a demon fox by the people in the village, had come into contact with him. Although the other party was a little strange, he was not as rumored. The reason why he agreed to fight was because Naruto made a bet that he could not refuse. Let's get started, Neji said coldly. His Byakugan instantly opened. Circles of Bagua formations appeared on the ground that only Neji could see. Ding! Observe Hyuga Neji displaying Bagwazong, and comprehend the 8 great skills Fenghu Kimen. After the system prompt sounded, Naruto, who was about to take action, was stunned. 8 great skills, Fenghu Kimen. A lot of information suddenly flooded into Naruto's mind. Oh my god, this thing is here. Isn't this a cheat within a cheat? Naruto raised his finger. Earth style. Earth river wheel. As Naruto's chakra exploded, the ground beneath his feet changed instantly. The ground surged up and rushed towards Neji. Looking at the huge earth style coming towards him, Neji was stunned. Soft fist, 8 diagrams 16 palms. Ninki raised his hand, and the surrounding chakra was mobilized. Every time he swung his fist, it landed accurately in the same place. Puff! The 16th palm fell, and the earthen cart in front of him was defeated. Wind escape. Listen to the wind. Fire style. Firefly streamer. As the 2 techniques were released at the same time, a large number of sparks appeared around. Under the control of the wind, they suddenly fell towards Neji. Soft fist. 8 trigrams 16 palms. For Neji now, 16 palms was already his limit. Even if he stacked them up continuously, he couldn't reach the level of 32 palms. At this moment, the escape technique released by Naruto in front of him made Neji feel threatened in his life. Call. Suddenly, just as Neji's 16 palms were over, a figure appeared in front of him. Naruto's index and middle fingers were stretched out and landed directly on his forehead. There were still a lot of sparks circling around Naruto. Even though the terrifying temperature did not fall on him, he could still clearly feel it. I lost. Ninji's hands fell slightly at his side. It's only been a few rounds. Moreover, from the moment Naruto attacked, he seemed to have been pulled into a vortex that he couldn't escape. Before he could react, he had already lost. So, accept my kindness. At the same time, people should not become tools of hatred. Even if you feel unfair in your heart, you should use your fists to break it. Seal. Special sealing chains appeared in Naruto's hands. In an instant, they sank into Neji's forehead. Neji felt a piercing pain, but he didn't move at all. He clenched his fists tightly. In his mind, all he could think of were the words Naruto had just said. Hatred, power, the future. These were things that he had never thought about before, or things that he had deliberately ignored. They quickly entered his brain. Is this the bird in the cage? It's really interesting. A seal that cannot be broken by removing the seal. Instead, it needs a stronger seal to seal it before it can be completely removed. Naruto understood clearly. If it weren't for the teachings of his mother Uzumaki Kushina, Naruto might not have dared to say that he could complete the removal of the caged bird. 9 llamas. Take it, take it. Naruto called out in his heart. This time, the 9 tails didn't hesitate. Just kidding, before, he was locked up at most. Now he hesitates, and then Kushina comes out and beats him up. With the infusion of the 9 tails chakra, the chain on Naruto's finger almost became real. After the chain condensed, a 6-pointed star pattern condensed on Neji's forehead. Seal removed. Naruto put his hands together, then opened them to reveal a gap. In the gap, a 6-pointed star pattern was also reflected. As his hands were put together again, the 6-pointed star shattered. The 6-pointed star on Neji's forehead also shattered. A feeling of smoothness merged into Neji's body. The blockage encountered in the previous training was also completely unblocked at this time. Even the restriction of the Byakugan was completely lifted at this time. This, Naruto, did you just use a sealing technique? Bravo! How did this guy practice, and why was he able to master so many things? The people around were completely stunned by Naruto's performance. This terrifying talent made them not even think about catching up. Bang! At this moment, Naruto fell straight down. Sasuke instantly appeared behind Naruto and caught him. Are you okay? Sasuke asked with concern. It's okay, just a little exhausted. Help me over there to rest. It turns out that I am too arrogant. Now I almost lost my chakra to do such a thing. Naruto smiled calmly. Although he was mocking himself, there was still joy in his eyes. Because he had just released Neji from the cage. In the Hokage's office. Who is it? Sarutobi Hiruzen listened to the report from the Anbu and looked at the records in the crystal ball, with a puzzled look on his face. The strength that Naruto just showed was impossible to learn in school. Even Uchiha could not improve Naruto's strength to this level in such a short time. Hokage, now Uzumaki Naruto's fighting ability has surpassed that of an ordinary genin. We have been monitoring him all the time. Itachi is also monitoring the Uchiha clan. No one taught Uzumaki Naruto these things. Now there is only one possibility. That is the 4th generation. The Anbu people did not continue to talk. When they recalled what happened back then, they were somewhat panicked. If the 4th Hokage really left some tricks behind, then... Okay, let's go down first. Sarutobi Hiruzen had a headache. Danzo's affairs had not been dealt with yet, and Uchiha also needed him to divert most of his attention. Naruto's situation was not a big problem in Sarutobi Hiruzen's eyes. Good talent, that's good. As Naruto was the 9 Tails Jinchuriki, and Naruto had absolute trust in him, Sarutobi Hiruzen did not think this was a bad thing. But, some people will probably get restless. The worry between Sarutobi Hiruzen's eyebrows was not because of Naruto's sudden strength increase. Because this matter was good for him. But, Naruto's strength increased too quickly, which might not be good for others. In the training ground, Naruto, who had a strong sense, naturally knew that several of the Anbu members who were monitoring him from a distance had left. Although there were still 4 auras, the Anbu who left should have reported the information here to Sarutobi Hiruzen. Thinking about these things, Naruto's mouth curled up. Sarutobi Hiruzen, this old guy's trust in himself is absolute. Moreover, Naruto's performance so far has completely paralyzed Sarutobi Hiruzen. Presumably, there will be some action next. After recovering for half an hour, Naruto finally stood up slowly. Okay, I'm back on track. However, I may not be able to participate in the next practical training. Sasuke, you should lead everyone in practical training first. After individual combat training, it is time to form a team. After we finish, we have to do some preview. Naruto said, taking out a few books from his backpack. Looking at the books, everyone's face changed. As for actual combat training, they can stick to it. Even if they get hurt, it's okay. But studying cultural courses, everyone's head is big. No matter how precocious they are still children. Playing is what they should do during the holidays. Conduct practical training first. Let's start. First, Shikamaru, you and me. Sasuke looked at Shikamaru. Shikamaru, who was called, walked out helplessly. Then, the training began. 4 hours later, everyone fell to the ground. This high-intensity training was a bit overloaded for them. Today, naturally, they did not start the cultural class preview. After everyone recovered, it was already evening. It was getting dark, and everyone was a little hungry. Today's practice ends here. In the next 2 days, you can practice at home. It is best not to interrupt. We will continue after the spring festival. As the captain of the team, Uchiha Sasuke made the next arrangements. There are still 2 days before the spring festival. Everyone nodded, and they were quite supportive of such training. Moreover, with the motivation of comparing with each other, they will work harder in the future. At least, Kiba has made a decision. Next time, he can't be the last boy. After everyone left, Sasuke and Naruto also walked towards the direction of the Uchiha clan. Soon, the two left the central area and walked on a small road with few people. Naruto, I suddenly feel that you are stronger than me. Did you give in to me during the actual combat training? Sasuke suddenly asked. There were too many people before, and although Sasuke was confused, he didn't say it directly. Now, there were only the two of them. Sasuke also asked directly. If I don't risk my own death, I'll fight you. You should lose. But I might die. You don't know, there really seems to be a monster in my body. Naruto said seriously. Monster? What kind of monster is this? Sasuke immediately became interested. At present, Sasuke still had no idea about the tailed beast. After all, as a village's nuclear bomb, children could not come into contact with it for the time being. That's what they call the nine-tailed demon fox. If I use too much chakra and my body can't bear it, I might be devoured by the nine-tailed demon fox. So, Sasuke is still more powerful. Sasuke's fire style and lightning style are both stronger than mine. Moreover, now Sasuke, your body is also starting to become stronger. Naruto kept praising Sasuke without thinking. Sasuke forgot what he wanted to ask. He just looked at Naruto with a silly smile. After walking a few hundred meters, the two stopped. Because, at this time, several ninjas wearing masks appeared in front of them. Is it the Anbu? I've seen my brother wearing a mask like this. Sasuke looked at the ninja in front of him in confusion and spoke slowly. It's not the Anbu, it's the Root Organization. Naruto's face was a little solemn. Although he knew that it would attract the Root Organization, he didn't expect that they would act so quickly. However, now the matter between Sarutobi Hiruzen and the Uchiha clan has probably touched Danzo's delicate nerves. Uchiha's little devil, go away. We have no interest in you. Take away the nine-tailed imp quickly. The leading Root member attacked instantly. You say, bang. Before Sasuke could speak, a big hand fell on his head. He pressed his head directly and smashed it into the ground. You are just a Uchiha kid, what are you so arrogant about? Another Root ninja spoke with some disdain after taking action. The Root ninja who just took action instantly appeared in front of Naruto and stretched out his hand to Naruto. Wind escape. Bang. Before Naruto could release his ninjutsu, he was punched away by the opponent. Don't resist, because useless resistance will only make you suffer more. The Root ninja spoke slowly. Good man, this guy is quite good. How long do you think the Root Organization can resist ninjas from the Anbu? And now, can you really take us away in a short time? Naruto raised his head, with a mocking arc on his lips. Seeing Naruto's smile, the ninja suddenly felt uneasy. These little ghosts. Lightning release. Thunder and woe interaction. Lightning release. Thunder interaction. Suddenly, two voices rang out. Naruto and Sasuke both raised their hands. A ball of lightning instantly appeared in their hands. Lightning escape. Are those two little brats trying to hurt us with their lightning skills? First of all, whether you can fully release this ninjutsu is still a question, right? Ha 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 ha, I'm dying of laughter. Two people who haven't even graduated from the ninja school actually want to use ninjutsu to intimidate us. The members of the Root Organization didn't care about the ninjutsu of the two little ones. In fact, they even wanted to laugh. Sizzle. Just as the Root ninja finished speaking, a huge electric current burst out instantly. Because the location where Sasuke and Naruto met just happened to surround the three Root members. The moment the two lightnings intersected, they directly enveloped the three people. The terrifying lightning released a powerful attack. The three people began to tremble instantly. Art Fire Escape Ho Fireball. Wind Style. Wind Dance. Sasuke and Naruto stood up instantly and released the second combination ninjutsu. Although they had just reached lightning style, which could temporarily restrict the movements of the three people, it was still not enough to eliminate the danger. As the huge fireball fell, wind style also fell. With the blessing of wind style, the fireball became several times larger. Boom! A huge explosion sounded. After Naruto released this wind escape technique, he instantly appeared beside Sasuke. Run away! Naruto pulled Sasuke, because he knew that the two of them were not strong enough to defeat the three root members. In particular, the three ninjas who came this time were at least Jonin. Even if the two were geniuses, they could not fight three Jonin head-on. Unless they could use the Nine Tails Chakra. Now using the Nine Tails Chakra was not a good choice. Naruto, how are we running towards the center of the village? Our family's land is over there. Sasuke was dragged away, full of doubts. In his opinion, in this situation, shouldn't he return to his family to seek shelter as soon as possible? Too far. Our speed is not as fast as those rude ninjas. So, now run towards the center of the village. Whether it's the chance of encountering ninjas, or our rushing into the central area so that they dare not come out again, will be much higher. Naruto explained simply, but he didn't stop at all. After running for more than 10 seconds, he could feel the breath of the three people catching up behind him. I should have fired a few more shots just now. Of course, if they continue to fight, there may be a danger that the other party will directly withstand the attack and attack them. So, run faster. Sasuke, start. Thunder Escape. Lightning Escape. As Naruto finished speaking, the hands of the two people holding each other instantly burst into lightning. This time, the lightning did not attack the people behind them, but entered their bodies. For a moment, the hair of the two people stood up in clumps. Lightning also wrapped around their bodies. Sieve. In an instant, the speed of the two people increased significantly and disappeared on the spot. These two little devils. The root organization had calculated the time it would take to catch Naruto and Sasuke in a dozen breaths at most. But now, the two of them had accelerated and were almost as fast as them. At this rate, they would definitely not be able to catch Naruto and Sasuke before they entered the center of the village. Is the mission going to fail? Thinking of this, the three of them also burst out at their fastest speed. They must not fail this mission. If they fail, the punishment they will receive after returning is not something they can bear. Swish. At this moment, a figure passed by Naruto and Sasuke. That is, Sasuke and Naruto stopped. When Naruto saw this person, he breathed a sigh of relief. He sat down on the ground and began to recover his breath. The lightning release just now had a great impact on the body and consumed a lot of chakra. Naruto, don't we have to continue to run? Sasuke was a little confused. He didn't know that person. But it seemed that he had a familiar feeling. Anbu Ninja, Hitaki Kakashi. The only child of the Hitaki family, he has the Sharingan of your Uchiha clan. His coming here means that the Hokage has already known what happened here and has responded. We should be safe now. No, it should be me who is not in danger. You are not in danger. Naruto said happily. Sure enough, as long as he showed some strength, these high-level officials would be restless. And, now it is not only the third Hokage of Konoha who is paying attention to the situation here. Thinking of this, Naruto couldn't suppress the corners of his mouth. Everything is going according to his plan. Next, the old guy Danzo felt a little uncomfortable. Are you going to hinder our mission? The leading root ninja said in a dull tone. You better leave now, otherwise, you will all be arrested. Hitaki Kakashi said seriously. Arrest? Ha ha ha. We are members of the root organization. The missions we carry out are decided by the top leaders of Konoha. We have the right to special actions under special circumstances. What can you use to arrest us? The other party pulled out the dagger on his back, and his momentum became a little violent. If that's the case, then let's do it. Kakashi also pulled out the short knife on his back and raised his finger. Shadow clones. As the shadow clones were released, the three Kakashis rushed towards the three people. As expected of him being the son of Konoha White Fang, the swordsmanship of the Hitaki family is indeed very strong. Ding, the host observes Hitaki Kakashi using swordsmanship and comprehends the top swordsmanship. Naruto just sighed, and the system prompt sound came. With the infusion of countless memories, Naruto felt that anything he held in his hand would become his weapon for killing. The understanding of the sword kept spreading in his mind. Naruto, he's so strong. Sasuke's voice followed. Kakashi was still able to suppress the 3 root members. This is the genius from the past. Yes, very powerful, and his lightning escape is also very strong. If possible, you can ask him about lightning release. Naruto smiled and said, Chidori style. Of course, even without Kakashi's guidance, Naruto is confident that he can let Sasuke learn Chidori style and even more lightning release type ninjutsu by himself before graduating and becoming a genin. Sasuke stared at the battle in front of him, and his breath began to slowly return to a stable state. After fighting with Kakashi for a few minutes, the 3 looked at each other and chose to evacuate. With Kakashi here, they wanted to take Uzumaki Naruto away, but it was impossible. As the ninjas of the root organization evacuated, Hitaki Kakashi also put away his short sword and walked in front of Naruto and Sasuke. Are you two okay? Hitaki Kakashi said coldly. Kakashi's experience has led to his current personality. If it weren't for the subsequent knowledge of Naruto's identity and the influence of Jiraiya, Kakashi would probably continue to immerse himself in the world where only he was hurt. Thanks, we're fine. You look like the person my father was talking about. He said that person was one of his most satisfied disciples. After thanking him, Naruto suddenly spoke. Then, he showed a sunny smile. For a moment, Kakashi was stunned. Because, he saw the shadow of his teacher in this smile. But, Hitaki Kakashi quickly returned to normal. Well, if everything is okay, I'll leave first. Hitaki Kakashi nodded, then disappeared from here in an instant. After Kakashi left, Naruto pulled Sasuke up. Let's go. Today, I may have to go to your house to disturb you again. Naruto said with a smile. Let's go to my training ground and practice combat with me again. Sasuke also smiled. Root Organization Headquarters. Hitaki Kakashi, the 3rd generation guy, Shimura Danzo was furious. He didn't manage the 9 Tails Jinchuriki properly and let it develop naturally. Now, he wanted to manage the 9 Tails, but this guy asked someone to stop him. Sir, we have to continue. Continue what? Do you think the 3rd Hokage is a fool or an idiot for not capturing the 9 Tails Jinchuriki this time? He won't send more Anbu members to protect us. Let's not worry about the 9 Tails Jinchuriki for now. Go prepare for the day after tomorrow. Danzo said in a low voice. The Jinchuriki will be in his hands sooner or later. The next thing he has to do is to get the position of Hokage first. Inside the Hokage's office, Root Tissue. Kakashi, what do you think of those 2 kids? Sarutobi Hiruzen did not continue to dwell on the issue of the root organization, but changed the subject. Uchiha Sasuke and Uzumaki Naruto. 2 talented little guys. Hitaki Kakashi was stunned for a moment, then he gave his own evaluation. Being able to escape from the hands of 3 root members, and even making it impossible for the other party to catch them for a while. Such an achievement is enough for them to brag. Kakashi asked himself. When he was 6 years old, he would definitely not be able to escape from the hands of the root organization. Take a look at what these little guys did today. Sarutobi Hiruzen said, taking out a scroll and handing it to Hitaki Kakashi. Kakashi took the scroll and looked at the contents. Gathering training, this is. Well, they want to skip a grade. The leaders of this group of little guys are Naruto and Sasuke. I think they can probably take this step. I have also selected some ninjas who can guide them. Take a look. If you are interested, these 2 little guys can be given to you for guidance. Sarutobi Hiruzen spoke slowly. Hearing the words of the 3rd generation, Hitaki Kakashi was stunned. Guiding a Jonin. This is a gift. The temperament and talent of these 2 little guys, with a little teaching, can become the powerful ninjas of Konoha in the future. Moreover, one of the little guys is from the clan of his former best friend. I need to think about this. Moreover, their identities. Hitaki Kakashi did not agree immediately. This development was beyond his expectations. You can certainly look at it first. After all, These little guys haven't graduated yet. Okay, go back and rest. By the way, Jiraiya is back too, why didn't he come to see me? Sarutobi Hiruzen suddenly spoke. Master Jiraiya, he said he had something important to do, so. Hitaki Kakashi was stunned. Jiraiya, one of the 3 legendary ninjas. Where did he go? Could it be that Hitaki Kakashi could still restrict him? You go back. Sarutobi Hiruzen took a deep breath, feeling somewhat helpless. He could only use the crystal ball to release the telescope technique. He was ready to find Jiraiya's location. Soon, after finding the sneaky Jiraiya, Sarutobi Hiruzen's face darkened. This guy is actually. Oh, let's follow him first. Jiraiya's vision is still very good. The next day, Naruto returned home alone. Tomorrow is the spring festival. Although he is single, he still wants to go back home to spend the spring festival. Not to mention, something might happen tomorrow. In Uchiha, it will cause trouble to others. At this time, 2 people suddenly appeared on the roof of the distant dilapidated apartment. Master Jiraiya, do you know something? Kakashi looked at Jiraiya, who was writing and drawing, and said seriously. Kakashi, I didn't expect you to be here. If I had known you were coming, I would not have come. Jiraiya looked carefree. However, deep in his eyes, there was a pain. That's true. But why? What the Hokage meant was that in order to protect him. As for the rest, I don't know, and I don't want to know. You know, I have 2 S-level missions to perform, and I also have to write the Intimate Paradise. By the way, this is the collection copy that I didn't send out. Take it. Jiraiya took out a copy of Intimacy Paradise, put it into Kakashi's hand, and disappeared. Seeing Jiraiya leave like this, Kakashi was a little surprised. He looked at the book in his hand. Is this a book written by the legendary Sannin? Kakashi was curious and opened the book. Open double-angle bracket Intimate Paradise. Then, he opened a new door. It was not until late at night that Kakashi slowly closed the book in his hand. I seem to have forgotten something. Kakashi was stunned for a moment, and looked at Naruto's room not far away, where the light was still on. However, it was too late now. Kakashi did not choose to look for Naruto. Moreover, Kakashi had not yet figured out how to face Naruto. He had already investigated what Naruto had suffered in the village before. It was precisely because of this that he did not dare. Yes, he was somewhat afraid to meet his teacher's child. Thinking of this, Kakashi disappeared from the spot. Inside the house, finally gone, Naruto breathed a sigh of relief. Naruto naturally sensed the appearance of Kakashi and Jiraiya. He thought that at least one of these 2 guys would come to find him. In this way, when Naruto used some special techniques in the future, he could also attribute it to these 2 people. In the end, well, these 2 guys didn't come over at all. Forget it, let's go find my parents first. Besides, this time I went there, I still wanted to win over the arrogant Jew Lama. After Naruto finished speaking, he closed his eyes. On the road of the Land of Fire, the carriage was moving slowly. Uchiha Itachi followed on the left, looking serious. Around, there were Uchiha Nagase and others guarding. Yes, this was the Fire Country daimyo that the Uchiha clan was escorting. Because it was night, the daimyo had to rest. Therefore, the carriage was moving very slowly. As the carriage slowly moved forward, the night was like a giant beast that devoured everything. Suddenly, not far away, there were some subtle movements. As the slightest movement appeared, Uchiha Itachi raised his hand and gently pressed it on the horse's head. Do it now, we are almost close to the village. At this time, Uchiha Natsumi came to Uchiha Itachi and slowly spoke. Brother Natsumi, our mission is to escort the daimyo. What needs to be done is naturally a task. The rest is not something we need to think about. Uchiha Itachi said coldly. Uchiha Natsumi, who was a little worried at first, seemed to have something broken in his heart after hearing Uchiha Itachi's words. The pride of Uchiha is not the usual clamor, nor is it to distinguish oneself from others. What needs to be done is to be like Uchiha Itachi in front of him, who has his own ninja way and can keep moving forward. Okay, Captain. Uchiha Natsumi called Uchiha Itachi Captain for the first time in this mission. Before, he always called him Itachi. Nagasawa elder brother, Natsumi elder brother. People around, take people to deal with it. I'll stay here. Uchiha Itachi said, leading the horse and slowly moving forward. Yes, Captain. Yes, Captain. Uchiha Hayes and Uchiha Natsumi nodded, and then took the others and disappeared in an instant. In fact, from 1,000 meters away, Uchiha Itachi knew that there would be a battle soon. These guys hid too well. Even the original movement was erased. Those insects chirping, those wind blowing, too professional, it was already a flaw. A few minutes later, Uchiha Hayes and others had returned. There was a hint of blood on their bodies. Brother Changs, go deal with the smell on you. We cannot make any mistakes in this mission. Uchiha Itachi spoke slowly. After hearing this, several people disappeared again. When they returned, they no longer had any breath on them, and their clothes were all new. Tomorrow morning, they will be able to reach the village. There will not be only one attack like this tonight. After walking across the plain, they entered the forest. Not far away, a group of people stood there. They all wore black and white masks on their faces, and held short knives tightly in their hands. 39 people. The root organization is really willing to give up. Uchiha Hawazawa smiled. He calmly pulled out a short knife from his back. The rest of the people also pulled out their short knives and kunai. Without any dialogue, everyone disappeared instantly. Now, they have only one thing to do. That is, to kill all those people in front of them. The fangs of Uchiha have not been revealed for a long time. These people can be regarded as sacrifices for the resurrection of Uchiha. Half an hour later, the flames were emitting thick smoke, and the 8 Uchiha stood there, covered in blood. With the scarlet Sharingan, they were like gods and demons walking out of the abyss under the moonlight. Ta-da, ta-da. The carriage continued to move forward. The gentle sound of the wheels added a rhythm to the night. The early sun fell on the carriage. Itachi, are we there yet? The daimyo's voice came from the carriage. In half an hour, we will be able to reach Konoha. Did you have a good rest, sir? Uchiha Itachi responded calmly. I slept well last night. During this year, Konoha has developed quite well. Your strength and mission quality are both very good. The troubles of last night didn't even affect me. The daimyo's voice came out again. You are overrated. Uchiha Itachi remained calm and unperturbed. No, I know very well. You are from the Uchiha clan, right? Do you want to arrange for someone to be my ninja guardian? The daimyo spoke again. For such a matter, the daimyo usually made a request to the Hokage after arriving in Konoha. Then, Konoha would make the selection and send the person to the daimyo's mansion. But now, the daimyo personally invited the Uchiha. The great name values me, so I shouldn't refuse. However, I still hope that the daimyo will forgive me. The daimyo's protection of the ninja still needs to be arranged by the Hokage. Uchiha Itachi declined. The daimyo did not continue to speak, and the carriage moved forward quickly. Half an hour later, in front of the gate of Konoha. After verifying their identities, the group stepped into Konoha. As soon as they entered, a group of ninjas from the Anbu appeared in front of them. Thanks for your hard work. The Hokage arranged for us to pick up the daimyo. The leading Anbu ninja took out a scroll and opened it. Inside was the content of the mission they had received. Finally, we are back to the village. Captain, have we completed our mission this time? Uchiha Hawasawa relaxed. Along the way, they encountered 13 attacks. Especially when they were close to the village, the frequency of attacks increased greatly. Uchiha Hawasawa even thought that the Third Ninja World War was about to break out. Why were there so many battles? Now, finally back to the village, his tense heart also relaxed. Captain, I want to go eat something before going back to the family. Uchiha Natsumi also spoke easily. No, we have received an escort mission. We will personally take the daimyo to see the Hokage. Please get out of the way and don't block our way. At this moment, Uchiha Itachi spoke. Hearing this, Uchiha Hawa and others were stunned. In their hearts, the Anbu is the representative of the Hokage. Why did Itachi make such a choice? Uchiha Itachi, although you received the escort mission, didn't you listen to the Hokage's orders? Disobeying the Hokage's order is considered treason. The leading Anbu ninja said with some displeasure. The toughness in his words was just like the most normal state. After he finished speaking, several Anbu ninjas instantly came to the front of the carriage and wanted to take over the escort mission. Laugh. Do it. Just when the others were relieved, Uchiha Itachi suddenly spoke. At the same time, the short sword in his hand slashed out instantly. The two Anbu had never expected that Uchiha Itachi would actually attack them at this time. Covering his neck, he fell to the ground. Uchiha Hayes and others were stunned. But it was only a moment, and they drew their weapons and started directly. No matter why Uchiha Itachi made such a choice, they would act according to the captain's instructions until the mission was over. This was the fastest thing they got used to all the way back. And those Anbu ninjas were also stunned. However, when Uchiha attacked, they would not just stand there stupidly. They drew their short swords directly and fought with Uchiha Hayes and others. These ninjas are definitely at the level of Jonin. The physical skills and swordsmanship of several of them have far exceeded those of ordinary Jonin. They have already touched the edge of elite Jonin. Uchiha Itachi, why did you let them attack the Anbu? Suddenly, a man walked out of the carriage with anger written all over his face. This man was Sarutobi Hiruzen's son, Sarutobi Asuma. He knew it well. The Anbu was the direct subordinate of his father, the Hokage. Now, Uchiha Itachi made such a choice, obviously not trusting his father. It can even be said that the entire Uchiha rebelled and wanted to seize the power of Konoha. This time, Sarutobi Asuma also came back with him. It was Sarutobi Hiruzen who gave him the message to let him come back. The village needs him now. After several years of training, Asuma thought he now had enough experience, strength, and mentality. So, when he just returned to the village, he saw Uchiha Itachi using the mission as an excuse to kill the Anbu people at will. How could he bear it? You know, as long as Asuma becomes the Hokage next. Then those who were killed by Uchiha will become his subordinates. That is his power. Sarutobi Asuma. They are not ninjas from the Anbu. Besides, Asuma, you must know that during a mission, you won't easily change the mission ninja, right? Also, now that we have arrived in Konoha, why would they arrange so many people to come for the escort mission? Please, Asuma, take a good look. Uchiha Itachi said coldly. After hearing what Uchiha Itachi said, Sarutobi Asuma, who was originally very angry, was stunned. Indeed, why would his father suddenly make such a choice? Why did the Anbu arrange more than 30 people to come here? This is Konoha. According to his understanding of his father, since he already wants him to contact the Uchiha, it means that the Uchiha can be used. He will not choose to give up the escort mission when the Uchiha has already arrived in the village. If what Uchiha Itachi said is all right, then, thinking of this, Sarutobi Asuma felt a chill on his back. Once, if something happens to the daimyo, he, the guardian nin who came back with him, will also be implicated. He may even be targeted by the higher-ups because of his stupid remarks. It's true that he is the son of Sarutobi Hiruzen. But, the power struggle among the higher-ups will not disappear because of his identity. On the contrary, it will become more intense. Sarutobi Asuma instantly became furious, holding two short blades made of chakra metal in his hands, and rushed directly towards those Anbu. Uchiha Itachi stood in front of the carriage. Because the Uchiha people and Sarutobi Asuma were entangled, the remaining 3 people appeared in front of Uchiha Itachi. Uchiha Itachi, you are very strong. But, unfortunately, today, another genius of our Konoha is about to fall. Actually, wouldn't it be better if you just left like that? Why? The opponent seemed to be concerned about Uchiha Itachi, but the attack came without hesitation. Buzz. Uchiha Itachi instantly opened his Mangekyo Sharingan. Just by opening his eyes, a huge amount of pupil power spread out to the surroundings. A large number of long metal blocks instantly appeared around the 3 people's bodies, directly locking the 3 people. You guys, were you looking down on me just now? Since you have chosen to do something that is detrimental to the village, you should have been prepared to confess in front of the successive Hokage after your death, right? Uchiha Itachi said, slowly raising the short knife in his hand and stabbing it into the hearts of the 3 people. Illusion. How is it possible? Why? The leading member of the Anbu struggled to speak, but before he could finish his words, he had already lost his breath. The bodies of the other 2 also slowly fell down. Wind escape. Vacuum explosion. At this moment, 4 ninjas rushed out from a building not far away. They launched an attack directly at the daimyo's carriage. The terrifying wind escape fell, directly exploding a cloud of dust. At the same time, a series of kunai attacked the center of the dust. Behind the kunai, there was also a detonating talisman. Boom boom boom. Continuous explosions continued to sound. After doing this, these people directly and decisively evacuated. Those ninjas who were still entangled with Uchiha and Sarutobi Asuma, those who could run away, disappeared. Those who couldn't run away were already lying on the ground. The battle here is said to be long. But in fact, from the beginning of the battle to the end of the battle, it only took a few minutes. The fluctuations of the battle attracted many people. Daimyo. Sarutobi Asuma quickly rushed to the location of the daimyo's carriage. If the daimyo had an accident in the village, no matter who did it, his father, the Hokage, would definitely be responsible. At this moment, an arm stretched out from the dust and mist. With a wave of his hand, the dust and mist around him disappeared. The orange chakra skeleton protected the carriage. The surroundings were full of traces left by the explosion, but Uchiha Itachi, who was standing at the center of the explosion, was not damaged at all. As for the daimyo and the carriage, they were all safely wrapped in Susanoo. Sarutobi Asuma, please stop yelling. Just now, the daimyo has fallen asleep. Let's go. Uchiha Itachi ignored the corpses on the ground and continued to lead the carriage forward. Susanoo also slowly dissipated. What was that just now? Uchiha Itachi, is it some kind of Uchiha ninjutsu? I've heard of it, it seems to be a ninjutsu related to Uchiha's Sharingan. So hot. This kind of power is cool no matter who possesses it, okay. I always feel that it is a very reassuring thing to have such a ninja guarding the village. Soon, the news that the Uchiha could better protect Konoha spread to more people. Instead, the ninjas who attacked the daimyo were ignored. Of course, there were still people who remembered them. They were the real Anbu members. When they arrived, Uchiha Itachi had already left with the daimyo. Therefore, the Anbu members could only take away all the bodies left behind. By the way, they cleaned up the streets. Uchiha Itachi, Anbu, come out and sweep the floor. Inside the daimyo's residence, the third Hokage Sarutobi Hiruzen, Udatain Kaharu, Mito Kato-en, and Shimura Danzo are all there. There are also the patriarchs of the ninja families. The daimyo is the god of wealth, and we must give him enough attention. After arranging the daimyo's affairs, everyone left. Uchiha Fugaku did not return to the clan, but left with Sarutobi Hiruzen. He went to the Hokage's office. At this time, the atmosphere in the Hokage's office was very gloomy. Especially Sarutobi Hiruzen. His already old face was full of anger. I want to know what happened this time. Sarutobi Hiruzen took a puff of cigarette, exhaled the smoke, and spoke dully. I am not sure. After the incident, we also investigated. But, I didn't get the news. Udatain Kaharu spoke directly. He immediately put all the things that happened away from him. Hokage-sama, are you doubting us? Mitoman-en also spoke up. Who in Konoha would dare to attack the daimyo in the village? He and Kaharu Udatain were called here together, and it was clear that they were just here to make up the numbers. Otherwise, calling Danzo Shimura directly would be too obvious. The heads of other families are not stupid. Even so, everyone knew it clearly. Everyone's eyes fell on Danzo Shimura. What's wrong? Are you looking at me, planning to blame me for this attack? Shimura Danzo said calmly. It was obvious that he was not afraid of such a thing. So, this wasn't something you did, right? So, these ninjas are not members of your root organization. Sarutobi Hiruzen said, took out a list and slammed it heavily on the table. On it was the information that the Anbu had investigated. That's right, it was the information of those so-called Anbu members who were killed when they first entered Konoha. Without exception, they were all members of the root organization. They have been missing for several days. Lord Hokage, you don't know, do you? I have reported the list of missing persons to you. You should know the answer by checking the list. Now they have called the head of the security department here. Are they planning to frame me with this missing root member? If you insist on putting the blame on my root organization, I have nothing to say. Shimura Danzo spoke calmly. With just a few simple words, he shifted all the blame for this incident to Sarutobi Hiruzen. He even dragged Uchiha Fugaku into this vortex. Missing. Root organization members will also disappear. They all have the curse of your root organization. Even if you want to leave the root organization, isn't it you, Danzo, who can allow it? Suddenly, Uchiha Itachi appeared here. He was not as silent and calm as before, but rushed towards Uchiha Itachi's spearhead. After hearing what Itachi said, Danzo's face became a little gloomy. At this time, Itachi's expression was also a little angry. Our root organization is not a dictatorial organization. If the root ninjas want to leave, I will let them go. As for the curse, it only regulates their behavior and prevents them from revealing the village's secrets. It won't affect their behavior. Danzo spoke again. This unnecessary explanation has already put Danzo in a low position. Before, Danzo didn't even need to explain. He did it. He did it. Even if others knew, they couldn't do anything to him. But now, the situation has become a little weird. Danzo, wash your hands. Go back and deal with this matter first. For things like this, the root organization is yours, so, you are responsible. Let's go back. You should not participate in the spring festival meeting. Sarutobi Hiruzen spoke at this time. You, humph. Danzo's face was gloomy, but now, he no longer had any bargaining chips. If the fight got out of hand, then all the blame would be directed at him. He snorted angrily and turned away. Okay, now Fugaku, go and make preparations. I don't want any problems to occur in the village during the spring festival. Also, from now on, Konoha's safety is entirely your responsibility. If anyone appears who might be from another village or betray the village, you will be in full control of them. Xiaochun, Yan, you also slightly. Sarutobi Hiruzen did not continue to speak. He just looked at the two of them with a hint of meaning. Got it. The three of them nodded and left. As for Uchiha Itachi, he was also taken away by Uchiha Fugaku. After everyone left the Hokage's office, Sarutobi Asuma came out from the lounge at the back. Hokage-sama. Asuma stood in front of Sarutobi Hiruzen, lowering his head. You performed very badly this time. I have already made it clear to you in the letter that you need to build a good relationship with the Uchiha. But what did you do? At the first moment, he wanted to attack Uchiha. You like this. Sarutobi Hiruzen looked at Asuma with some regret. At the beginning, Sarutobi Shinosuke was stronger than Asuma in every aspect. Hokage-sama, Father, do I really need an Uchiha to sit in this position? Asuma wanted to say something, but suddenly his rebellious heart broke out again, and he asked with a dissatisfied look on his face. Uchiha, whether it was Uchiha Shisui in the past or the current Uchiha clan. Why do these guys have to stand in front of him? He is the son of the Hokage and the guardian ninja of the Land of Fire. Asuma is confident in both his identity and his own strength. But why, even if he is like this, he still can't get the recognition of his father? Snort, are you really that confident? Do you think that I can sit firmly in this position because I am strong enough? Or do you think that our Sarutobi clan alone can be my greatest confidence? Before, Sarutobi Hiruzen only thought that Sarutobi Asuma was young and arrogant. But now, Sarutobi Hiruzen had to admit that his youngest son was a little stupid. No, this is all because of the support of other ninja families in the village. Their support is my confidence. Now, you want me to join forces with the Uchiha? No way. Danzo will not allow, nor will he let me do this. You are different, Asuma. If you want to take this position, the first thing you need is the support of the Uchiha. In other words, I will not give you this position until you get the support of the Uchiha. Go back and meet your mother. Sarutobi Hiruzen interrupted Sarutobi Asuma and waved his hand. Seeing Asuma leave, Sarutobi Hiruzen's brows were still furrowed. I hope this brat can understand. Those things cannot be told to Asuma for the time being. Some of the tempering needs to be done by himself. Sarutobi Hiruzen murmured a few words, and then continued to process the documents. The daimyo gave a speech in the square the next day. At the same time, he expressed his recognition and trust in Konoha. He even said that the funding given to Konoha this year will be 10% more than last year. At the same time, some metals will be used by Konoha. Such a result made Sarutobi Hiruzen very happy. He saw the changes in Uchiha now. At the beginning, They had an agreement with that person, and it seemed that he should be able to do it. The daimyo finally asked Sarutobi Hiruzen for someone. He was still rejected. Now, Konoha is in a critical period of change, and Sarutobi Hiruzen dare not lend Uchiha Itachi out. Although the daimyo regretted it, he did not force it. Of course, Sarutobi Hiruzen still arranged for Uchiha's ninja to escort the daimyo back. As for Shimura Danzo, because of what happened last time, he did not participate in this event. Nara family. Ah, why did I lose again? Shikamaru, you must have cheated. At this time, Ya rubbed his hair with an unwilling look on his face and spoke angrily. Tooth, if you lose, you lose. Shikamaru's chess skills are indeed much stronger than ours. Next, I'll do it. Naruto smiled brightly and walked to Kiba's side. Snort, then I'll go with Lee Shaw. Lee, let's play a game. Inuzuka Kiba looked unhappy. Why can't he beat Naruto? He seems to keep losing in chess. Everyone, it's time to eat. At this time, Nara Yoshino's voice came. This troublesome woman in Nara Shikamaru's mouth is now looking at everyone with a smile. Because of the last incident, Tiantian also learned that they had formed a special training team. So, he came to participate. The 12 little strongmen of Konoha all gathered together. Of course, in this process, there were other students who wanted to join. They all wanted to become stronger and wanted to become powerful ninjas. However, after joining the special training for a few days, they couldn't bear the blow. Not to mention, when they came to train, they were usually the ones who got beaten. Moreover, looking at these guys around them, their strength was improving as quickly as monsters. Under the double blow of mental and physical, these children withdrew one after another. Okay, Auntie. Thank you, Auntie. Auntie is in trouble. Thank you for your hard work, Auntie. Auntie is beautiful again. The sweet words filled Nara Yoshino's eyes with smiles. Only Shikamaru had a strange look on his face. He felt that his mother seemed to have changed. After dinner, a group of people finished their morning mental training and came to the training ground for actual combat training. After the battle, can I go back today? My dad said he found a new bug for me and asked me to go back and try it out. Yes, I also want to go back first. My father asked me to help him forge iron. Tiantian. My dad wants me to go back to play chess, Shikamaru. No, no one can leave. At this time, a ball of lightning appeared in Sasuke's heart. Naruto was also ready and stood beside him. Sizzle. Ah, screams rang out along with the sound of electricity. Soon, everyone had already fallen to the ground and convulsed. Even Naruto and Sasuke were the same. This kind of training that uses electricity to stimulate the strength of body cells is really addictive. Passive, addictive. In fact, Shikamaru and the others all knew it. After being electrocuted, the speed of chakra extraction has indeed increased a lot, and the body strength has also increased a little. But, this process is too uncomfortable. Even though it is not the first time, it is still a little unbearable. Today's training ends here. After Naruto and Sasuke stood up, Sasuke also spoke slowly. Now Sasuke already looked like a captain. There are 3 days left before school starts. In the next 3 days, everyone will get familiar with their own strengths. Then, prepare your cultural lessons. After school starts, let's apply for skipping a grade. Naruto also spoke up. After hearing Naruto's words, the people lying on the ground also stood up. Ah, why should I join this special training team? I really didn't want to be so tired. Yes, but I won't give up. I will definitely succeed in skipping a grade. Come on, I'm going back first. After everyone talked about something, they all left. Soon, only Neji, Hinata, Naruto, and Sasuke were left here. Let's go, Hinata. I promised you that as long as you stick with it, I'll treat you. Naruto smiled and said, yeah. Hinata nodded, poking her finger, and nodded shyly. The 4 of them came to Ichiraku Ramen. Little ones, what do you want to eat today? Shoda smiled and looked at the 4 people. 2 large bowls of signature ramen. A bowl of fish fillet and fish ball ramen. Get another big bowl, 10 bowls of pork bone fish ball ramen. Naruto simply began to order. 10 bowls. Naruto, can you guys really finish it? He paused for a moment, but still reminded carefully. He wasn't afraid that Naruto couldn't afford to pay. He just didn't like seeing people wasting food. Okay. We will definitely be able to finish it. Naruto showed his signature bright and sunny smile. Real, if you can finish it, today's meal will be free for you. If you can't finish it, you have to stay and wash the dishes for me for 10 days. He said with a fierce look on his face. Okay. Naruto raised his little hand happily. Seeing Naruto's expression, Shuta didn't say anything else. Even if Naruto really couldn't finish the food, he would just let Naruto wash the dishes here for a few days to teach him a lesson. Then, Shuta went to start cooking noodles. Naruto, can we really finish it? I eat one bowl, and a little more at most, and I'll be full. Sasuke whispered in Naruto's ear. Although he could afford the money, washing dishes for 10 days. How much time would it take away from his training? Yeah, I can finish it, Naruto said seriously. Soon, the noodles were served. After training, they were a little hungry. The four of them put their hands together and started eating. After the second bowl, Sasuke lay down on the chair and didn't want to move at all. It was delicious, so full, and so tired. As for Naruto, he was a little full after eating 3 bowls. Although he could force himself to continue eating, Naruto would not do such a thing. After eating, he sat quietly. Neji also stopped after eating 2 bowls. The only one left was Hinata, who was still eating. Hinata had already eaten her 4th bowl. Are you all full? Suddenly, Hinata put down her 5th bowl of noodles and looked at the 3 people timidly. Hinata, you look so pretty when you eat. Also, if you can eat enough, I think your practice speed will definitely improve faster. Then, you can always be by our side and fight side by side. Naruto smiled and said. Hinata was stunned when she heard Naruto's words. Her face slowly turned red. Yeah, Hinata nodded heavily, and then continued to sip her noodles. Hand beat uncle, another bowl. Hitting the uncle with my hands seems not enough. Hand hitting uncle. Afterwards, there was already a pile of empty bowls in front of Hinata. And there were 3 people standing aside, somewhat stunned. Yes, except for Naruto, everyone else had a look of astonishment on their faces. Is Hinata's stomach some kind of alternate dimension? Several people subconsciously touched their bulging stomachs. You know, they were already full after just eating 2 large bowls. However, Hinata's stomach still seemed to be unchanged. Naruto-kun, I'm full. Hinata picked up the tissue, wiped her mouth slightly, and then spoke seriously. Naruto counted. Now the 6-year-old Hinata can actually eat 17 bowls of ramen. Thinking of the future, Naruto was a little worried. He couldn't let such a cute girl live with him in the future. Yeah, Naruto nodded to Hinata. Then he turned and looked at the stunned uncle. We're done eating. Thank you for the hospitality. Naruto bowed to the hand. Thank you for the hospitality. The other 3 also stood in a row and bowed to the hand. After saying thank you, the 4 little ones left. The hand was left alone, with his hair disheveled in the breeze. After leaving here, Neji and Hinata went back together. As for Sasuke and Naruto, they went to the Uchiha clan. Now, Naruto has regarded Sasuke's home as his second home. Uchiha Makoto also treats him like her own son. The main reason is that the root organization has been too quiet recently. Naruto is also afraid of something happening. Therefore, it is safer to go to the Uchiha clan. Hyuga clan. Why did you come back so late today? Sitting in the living room, Hyuga Hiyashi sat in the main seat, with a serious look on his face that gave people a very majestic look. As the head of the Hyuga clan, he usually has such a serious look. He is also very strict with Hinata, his eldest daughter. Looking at Neji behind Hinata, Hyuga Hiyashi's face did not change at all. He also knew about the special training team of those little guys. After seeing that Hinata and Neji had made good progress, he simply didn't care. However, the 2 who usually go home on time were so late today. Uzumaki Naruto and Uchiha Sasuke took us to eat ramen, Hinata said in a low voice. Neji nodded, proving Hinata's words. Eat ramen, Hinata, you, master, I have something to tell you. Before Hyuga Hiyashi could continue speaking, Neji stood up and interrupted him. Looking at his nephew, Hyuga Hiyashi wanted to say something, but he nodded slightly. Hinata-sama, you go back and rest first. Ningji turned sideways and spoke to Hinata. Hinata was also a little hesitant, but in the end she still didn't speak, turned around and walked out of the living room to wash up and rest. After Hinata left, Neji stood in front of Hyuga Hiyashi. Ninki, do you have anything to say? Hinata Hiyashi still had a dignified look on his face. Householder, I think that Hinata-sama's training direction is wrong. It's not that she lacks talent, but that you didn't give her the most appropriate training guarantee. Ninki spoke directly. For his uncle, Ninki actually hated him. Because if it wasn't for the man in front of him, his father might not have died. But after special training with Naruto and the others, and getting along with that group of energetic partners, Ninki understood a truth. It was not his uncle in front of him who really killed his father, but the entire Hyuga clan. Ninki no longer had the paranoid idea before, but recognized Naruto's words. If you want to change something, the first thing you need to do is to make yourself have the strength to change the world. Instead of complaining about the injustice of this world. Because this world is inherently unfair. Cultivation resources. Neji, do you know how many resources Hinata has? Even you, I never treated you harshly. These resources are definitely the most abundant among their peers. Hinata Hiyashi was a little surprised. However, he still put away his temper and spoke slowly. No, that's not it. Hinata-sama, maybe before. Never had enough to eat. We today, Neji didn't hide anything, nor did he beat around the bush. Instead, he told him everything that happened today. After hearing so much about ramen, the corners of Hyuga Hiyashi's mouth twitched. If Neji didn't lie, no, Neji wouldn't lie. Then, the food they gave Hinata before was a disguised form of abuse of Hinata. Suddenly, Hyuga Hiyashi recalled that Hinata seemed to have told him that she was not full. But he scolded her. He said that she ate too much and was not suitable for training. Now that he thought about it, Hinata was not greedy, but was really hungry. Cough cough. Neji, what about you? You haven't eaten enough, have you? Hinata Hiyashi suddenly spoke up. Master, I have a normal appetite. But, Hinata-sama, you must have a stronger talent. I hope the head of the family can show more concern. Ninji bowed and left. This sudden concern was a little strange to him. At least, he couldn't accept that kindness now. Watching Neji leave, Hyuga Hiyashi also stood up and went to find Hinata. For things like this, it would be fine to verify it a little bit. In the Uchiha clan territory. Because Naruto and Sasuke had already eaten ramen, they went to wash up and prepared to rest. Naruto, Sasuke, come out for a moment. At this moment, Uchiha Itachi's voice came. The two little ones who had just finished washing and were about to start refining chakra heard Uchiha Itachi's words outside the door. They looked at each other, got up and walked out of the room. Father is waiting for us in the study, let's go. Uchiha Itachi smiled. Uchiha Itachi seemed to understand something. Now, his views on the village and the will of fire have also changed. The three of them soon came to Uchiha Fugaku's study. Itachi, you stay too. Naruto, although you are not a member of our Uchiha. But, your relationship with Sasuke is no different from that of brothers. So, there are some things that you and Sasuke should listen to together. Uchiha Fugaku said, taking out a scroll. I think you have already learned about the origin of Konoha in your first year. So, what I want to tell you today is about the Ninja World War and the more famous ninjas in the village. It's too far, I won't say it. Let's start with the Sandaime Hokage. The Sandaime Hokage, one of the guards around the Nadaime Hokage. In a negotiation with the Hidden Cloud Village, the second Hokage chose to face the Hidden Cloud Village alone in order to keep them alive. Next, Uchiha Fugaku started from the third generation and told about the legendary three ninjas, Orochimaru, Tsunade, and Jiraiya. Then there was Konoha White Fang, Yellow Flash Namikaze Minato. Even about the heads of various families and their special secrets. After the story was over, even Uchiha Itachi was stunned. Because these were still a little different from what he knew. Sasuke, what do you think, after listening to all this? Uchiha Fugaku's eyes fell on Sasuke. Father, are you saying that too much of the history told in this ninja school is glorifying the Hokage? Sasuke is a straightforward person. He will tell you everything he gets. Naruto, what about you? Uchiha Fugaku did not answer Sasuke's words, but turned his eyes to Uzumaki Naruto. I think the fourth Hokage is so awesome. Why, during the Nine Tails Rebellion, was he the only one fighting against the Nine Tails? Why, in this disaster that could destroy the entire village, only some ordinary people died, but no ninjas from well-known ninja families. Also, Grandpa Hokage is here too, right? Why doesn't he go help the Yondaime? Grandpa Hokage, isn't he the strongest Hokage? Naruto said, tilting his head and speaking with some curiosity. Hearing these words, Uchiha Fugaku's mouth twitched. He seemed to really not know how to respond to such a question. When the Uchiha were the first suspects, they couldn't intervene at all. Instead, they were arranged to evacuate the people at the first time. As for the ninjas from other ninja families, Akamichi Choza, Nara Shikaku, Aburame Shiwei and other ninjas all took action. Because Namikaze Minato transferred the Nine Tails in order to prevent the village from being affected more. Therefore, in fact, except for the beginning of the Nine Tails Rebellion, there was not much damage. At the same time, this is why Naruto is hated by ordinary people, while the children of the ninja family do not treat Naruto so badly. He can't say these words. At least, he can't say it now. These doubts, Naruto, you will definitely be able to solve them in the future. Okay, that's all I need to know. Go back to sleep. Uchiha Fugaku laughed and let the two leave first. This time, Naruto and Sasuke's reaction was something Uchiha Fugaku had not expected. Because he was not telling these things to the two little ones. Instead, he was telling them to Uchiha Itachi in front of him. After the two left, Uchiha Itachi raised his head and looked at his father. Ferret, what happened back then was my fault. I think that with your character, you will grow better after being exposed to war. That's true, but this only affects your strength, but it also causes a lot of hurt to your heart. So, this is the current state of the village, the most real state. Including, why we Uchiha are in the current situation is also because of these. So I want to seize this opportunity. Ferret. Uchiha Fugaku did not continue. He thought that his original choice was the best education for a genius. However, he did not expect that at Itachi's age, it would drag him into such an abyss. Father, I know. Thank you, Dad. Your apology made me understand. Father, what are you going to do next? Uchiha Itachi shook his head, then smiled. He raised his head and spoke slowly with a smile. In the original work, Uchiha Itachi, no matter what excuses and inducements he had, he took action and slaughtered the entire clan. This was a stain that could never be washed away in his lifetime. Or, he himself was a stain. No matter how he whitewashed, it was unacceptable. But now Uchiha Itachi has not made any move to wield the butcher knife against the family. So, it can still be changed. Just now, Sasuke and Naruto's answers gave Uchiha Itachi a great shock. He seemed to have been immersed in a strange mood all along. What the Hokage told him was that his will of fire had surpassed the Hokage. What his father told him was that his talent was stronger than anyone else. What the people around him said to him, Itachi, that's a genius. The words of countless people made Uchiha Itachi a little bit floating. Although he didn't show it on the surface, he already had it in his heart. Simply put, he was already too arrogant inside. But he had to maintain his personality because of the settings given by the outside world. That's why he has this contradictory combination now. He thought that his choice was right. After hearing the answers of Naruto and Sasuke, Uchiha Itachi realized that things on the surface are not necessarily the truth. Sometimes, they are just lies. He didn't spend much time in the ninja school, so he didn't know much about the praise of the third generation in the textbooks. Good. Uchiha Fugaku looked at his son and saw such a change. He was very happy. 3 consecutive good were enough to show his current mood. Chapter 31. Naruto has seen the changes in Uchiha Itachi. Now, the probability that Uchiha Itachi will commit genocide is basically zero. In short, Uchiha Itachi is a paranoid who grew up in a special environment. Now, using some special means, his original cognition is broken. It is not too difficult to change. At the same time, it also verifies one thing. That is, Uchiha Itachi has not been affected by Koto Amatsukami. As for the eye techniques that Danzo has mastered now, these do not need Naruto to deal with. After all, someone will deal with these things. This kid is really working hard. Looking at Uchiha Sasuke, who was refining chakra beside him, Naruto couldn't help but speak. At the same time, he thought that the other members of the 12 Little Strongmen might also be practicing crazily. After all, this was a private competition among them. No one wanted to be the last one among their group of friends. Thinking of this, Naruto also closed his eyes. In an instant, his mental power came to the space where the Nine Tails was sealed. Naruto. As soon as she appeared here, Kushina rushed over and hugged Naruto. Obviously, Kushina missed Naruto a little after not coming here for the past 2 days. Mom, please let me go first. Naruto was almost thrown out by this warm hug. Naruto, have you practiced what I taught you? Also, from now on, Minato and I will take turns to teach you. So, you don't need to use that kind of soul technique to frequently upgrade us. Kushina said with concern. She wanted to keep an eye on Naruto all the time. But for Naruto's sake, she decided to do this. Otherwise, it was just a little bit of consumption, and she felt sorry for Naruto. Mom, I have basically mastered everything you taught me. Apart from those, the ones that require a certain level of physical fitness need to wait until my physical fitness improves before they can be used perfectly. This time I came here to talk to the Nine Tails. Naruto scratched the back of his head and said with a smile. Is that so? Well, you are worthy of being my son. Let's go and see the Nine Tails, Kushina said, and raised her hand and waved it in front of her eyes. The original space changed, and the sealed door appeared directly in front of the two. The surroundings still felt wet. What was different from before was that the Nine Tails door was now useless. The seal on it had been lifted. Seeing the two people appear here, the Nine Tails stood up quickly. It was completely different from the ferocity of the previous pounce on the seal. Now seeing Naruto and Kushina, the Nine Tails felt that as long as these two people didn't go crazy and beat him up, it would be fine. Yo, 9 llamas, still haven't figured it out. Can you train with me in the next period of time? Naruto spoke slowly. This was the 5th time he asked the Nine Tails this question. Before, the Nine Tails chose to refuse. In his eyes, the brat in front of him was not worthy of using his power. If he was not afraid of being beaten, the Nine Tails would not have given him chakra before. Kushina, did you teach him this? Kyuubi was a little annoyed. Is this a Jinchuriki? No, the relationship between a Jinchuriki and a tailed beast shouldn't be like this. One is responsible for resistance and the other is responsible for suppression. How could it suddenly become like this? Kyuubi felt that it would be better for him to be suppressed like before and continued to attack the seal. This feeling was too weird. No, I just came to see, my son wants to talk to you. What to do is up to my son. Kushina waved her hand. Naruto, this brat, now has his own ideas. Although he is only 6 years old, Kushina thinks this is a good thing. Naturally, she will not interfere. Kuroma, be my friend. Naruto raised his hand and showed his signature smile. The chakra in his body began to spread towards the Nine Tails. As the chakra touched the Nine Tails, that strange feeling appeared again. Buzz! The chakra of the Nine Tails exploded, directly pushing Naruto's chakra back. Then, it lay on the ground and stopped talking. Seeing the Nine Tails like this, Naruto was not panicked. Mom, let me and Kurama be alone for a while, Naruto said, and walked to the sealed door. He sat down directly. Although Kushina wanted to stay with Naruto for a while, Naruto had already said it, so she had to leave first. Ju-Lama, I know you don't have much trust in humans. I can sense your emotions. You are afraid of being betrayed again and being used as a tool, right? Don't worry, I really want to be your friend. Of course, I also need your chakra to make me stronger. The tailed beasts are not supposed to stand against humans, you know this. 9 llamas, Naruto spoke slowly. Kyuubi did not respond, as if he was really asleep. However, Kyuubi's frozen heart was slowly melting. The next morning, Naruto and Sasuke left the Uchiha clan. Today, they were going to register. When they arrived at the ninja school, the others were already waiting for them. Sasuke, Naruto. Choji waved at the two of them. They also accelerated and walked in front of the crowd. You have already mastered the art of clones and cultural studies, right? At that time, we need to show the results of our recent practice. Then, skip. It would be best if I could graduate directly after spending another year. Become a genin, and then do more training. Sasuke mentioned what he was going to do today to everyone. Already prepared. This time, there is no practical test, so it is more about testing our basic knowledge. Well, so everyone should pay attention to these assessment questions. The 9 people said as they entered the ninja school. What, do you want to skip a grade? Uruka looked at the 9 little guys in front of him with a grim expression. Now is not a time of war, there are no geniuses who need to skip a grade. In this peaceful time, what is needed is to give children more time to learn and live a stable life. Looking at Uchiha Sasuke and Uzumaki Naruto, Uruka subconsciously spoke. Yes, teacher. With the knowledge we have now and the strength we have acquired through our own learning, it is no longer appropriate to continue staying in the first grade. So, we apply for skipping the grade assessment. Please ask Mr. Uruka to help us preside over the exam. Sasuke said seriously. After hearing Sasuke's words, Uruka fell silent. Uchiha Sasuke, as the youngest son of the current head of the Uchiha clan, and the younger brother of the genius Uchiha Itachi. Uruka could understand why he said such a thing. In fact, most of the other people standing here are children from ninja families. And why are Naruto and Sakura here too? Naruto's usual performance, although he didn't make trouble, was not outstanding either. As for their actual combat training outside, Uruka didn't know. After all, he was just a teacher and didn't know about these things. Okay, you guys go to the school's training ground and wait. I will report the application to the Hokage. Although Uruka was puzzled, he still had to take action. The 9 people nodded and quickly came to the training ground. Half an hour later, Uruka came here. In his hand, he was holding a test paper. The cultural assessment will be conducted in the afternoon. Now, each of you should demonstrate the clone technique. Uruka also went straight to the point and told the content of the test. The clone technique is a basic ninjutsu that is taught in the first grade. Although this ninjutsu is very easy, it is also the simplest and clearest test to prove the control of chakra. I'll go first. Clone. Sakura stepped forward and quickly formed a seal. Then, 2 energetic clones appeared beside her. After a few minutes, the clones were removed. Yes, they were removed. Sakura's chakra volume is not much among the 9 people. But, his chakra control is better than that of Uchiha Sasuke now. You know, even after Sasuke has trained with Naruto for so long, and even after mastering the lightning style and fire style, he still can't match it. Next is Shikamaru, Choji, Ino, Hinata, Shino, and Kiba. The 7 people completed the test of the clone technique easily. Sasuke stepped forward. Shadow clone technique. As Uchiha Sasuke formed a seal, a dozen white mists instantly rose around him. Then, a dozen Sasukes appeared in front of Uruka. Shadow clone. More than 10. Uruka was stunned. Because, even as a teacher, he didn't dare to release more than 10 shadow clones. It's not that he couldn't do it, but he didn't dare. The consumption after releasing the shadow clones was not something he could bear. Even among the Chunin, those who could use more than 3 shadow clones to fight at the same time were considered to be quite outstanding. Bang bang bang. After a few seconds, all the shadow clones turned into white mist and disappeared. The last one was Naruto. Naruto simply released 2 clones. After passing the test, he returned to his position and stood. Naruto, you. Sasuke was a little confused. He had seen Naruto's shadow clones before. The number and quality of their clones were both better than his. Why, our goal is to pass the assessment. As for the amazing performance, for me, it is not necessary for the time being. Naruto said in a low voice. Although Sasuke was puzzled, he did not continue to ask. Pass. You. Take a cultural test. If you can complete the test, you can choose your own study time in the next year. You can also choose not to come to school and find a learning and training method that suits you. After 1 year, there will be a combat test, a ninjutsu test, and a cultural test. After completing it, you can graduate directly. Uruka explained the content of skipping grades. That's right, this so-called skipping does not mean jumping from the first grade to the second grade to be in the same class with Neji and the others. Instead, it means choosing another special graduation channel. With the strength they have shown, continuing to come to school is a waste of their training time. This world always has some preferential treatment for geniuses. Not to mention, this is a ninja world where force is respected. Needless to say, Choji and the others have been trained and guided by ninjas in their family since they were young, using potions to strengthen their bodies. And Sakura is completely a talent. When watching the anime, Naruto also felt that Sakura was a waste and was completely unworthy of being one of the three protagonists. But now, Naruto is completely changed. Most of the words used on Sakura are about how she is a green tea girl, saying one thing in front of people and another behind their backs. More importantly, because of the relationship between the protagonist Naruto and Sakura, and the fact that young Sakura insulted Naruto, everyone has a bad impression of her. But after getting to know her, Naruto saw Sakura's efforts to improve herself. Whether she is trying to catch up with Sasuke or just because she doesn't want to admit defeat. Having the talent plus effort to catch up with them is enough to get Naruto's recognition. As for the original body-liking Sakura, there is nothing about Naruto now. Are you kidding? Isn't cute little Hinata more attractive? It's not like he has some kind of masochism that requires him to get involved in the entanglement between the three. Teacher, is the content of the test the content in the textbook? Still, at this time, Shikamaru raised his hand and slowly spoke. The content of this test paper is not given by our teacher. It was given by the Hokage himself. So, I hope you can answer seriously. Although the teacher has only been with you for 1 year, as your teacher, I still hope that you can have a better future. This exam will be held in classroom 7. You guys go over there. After Iruka finished speaking, he took the transcript in his hand and disappeared. The 9 people looked at each other and then went to the 7th classroom. After arriving at the 7th classroom, they found that Neji, Tenten, and Lee were also there. Sure enough, they also passed the test. Needless to say, Neji, his talent is even higher than Hinata. Hinata who is not full. Tenten, although she is relatively ordinary in all aspects, but when she heard that Tenten also wanted to participate in skipping grades, Sky directly donated 1,000 sets of practice ninja tools to the school, and replenished all the ninja tools in the school. Then, her strong talent also allowed her to join this special team. As for Xiao Li, this was completely a place he earned with his fists. The 12 little strong men assemble at this time. The classroom is very large, and the seats between each person are very far apart. Moreover, everyone's name is already on the table here. It seems that the teachers already knew in advance that they could pass the first level of the assessment. Find the corresponding position and sit down. Rustle. In an instant, 6 masked ninjas appeared at the podium, holding test papers in their hands. With the appearance of the Anbu ninjas, the surrounding air pressure suddenly became a little oppressive. This breath is murderous intent. These Anbu ninjas seem to want to influence their character. Naruto subconsciously looked at the others. Sure enough, not only him, but others also felt this kind of breath. This is a bit embarrassing. Those present are all 6-year-old children. Where have they encountered such an aura, even if it is real combat and normal training? But they also know that they will not die. It seems that this assessment is a little unusual. This time, we are the invigilators. During the exam, any words will be considered cheating. Any small action is also considered cheating. Please complete this test paper quietly. Time, 2 hours. No early submission. After finishing, you must stay in your place. Let's get started. After the Anbu member in the middle finished speaking, the test papers were distributed to everyone. Anbu members also appeared in the 4 corners of the classroom to supervise the exam. Oops, if they have such a mentality, their exams will definitely be affected. If we can't skip grades together, then the next training plan will definitely be affected. If you want to wait for the next time, it will be a year later. This year is a waste. Naruto's mind was spinning rapidly. Even though he was an adult, he was a little panicked at this time. This kind of pressure came from the instinctive desire to survive. Unless one's strength reaches a certain level, it is difficult to suppress it. Strength. Naruto suddenly thought of something. However, if he did this. Yes, Naruto wanted to use the Nine Tails chakra. But now, in this situation, the Nine Tails chakra burst out. Then, he needs to be prepared to face more crises next. Thinking of this, Naruto smiled. This assessment was made by the third Hokage, Sarutobi Hiruzen. The stronger he is, the better his character. Then, for Sarutobi Hiruzen, the happier he will be. Plus the previous preparations. It's stable. Thinking of this, Naruto closed his eyes. Around him, the eyes of several Anbu fell on Naruto at the same time. The feeling of someone holding a knife to his neck became stronger. Ju-Lama, I need your help. Living in my body for 6 years. It's time to pay the rent, right? Naruto opened his arms and removed the Nine Tails cage. Kid, do you know what you are doing? Kyuubi slowly opened his eyes and looked at Naruto in front of him. No, and, I believe you. Just like, I believe in you as much as I believe in myself. Come on, Naruto said, and the chakra in his body spread to the Nine Tails again. This time, the Nine Tails did not refuse Naruto's chakra contact. He even took the initiative to merge his chakra with Naruto's chakra. Little boy, if you can withstand my chakra this time, how about I be your partner from now on? The Nine Tails also grinned. The playful voice reached Naruto's ears. Inevitable, I won't let you down, Naruto said, closing his eyes. The next moment, Naruto in reality opened his eyes. However, at this time, Naruto's eyes had turned orange-red. At the same time, his round pupils also turned into vertical pupils. A stream of orange-red chakra began to spread out from Naruto's body. Nine-tailed fox, quick, notify the Hokage. How can this be? Several Anbu members panicked. The pressure on the other 11 people disappeared instantly at this moment. At the same time, they also felt the changes in Naruto. However, at this time, no one turned their eyes to Naruto. Because Naruto said when he came to take the exam. During the exam, no matter what happened, they only needed to do one thing, that is, to do the test paper. Without the pressure of the Anbu's breath, everyone immediately entered the state of doing questions. They knew most of the above content. Even if there were some things that were not in the textbooks, they could quickly add some similar knowledge. You know, they are different from before. The first requirement for practicing with Naruto and Sasuke is to be familiar with those textbooks. In addition, the history of the ninja world is just that little, not to mention Konoha. Decades of history can be fully contained in a textbook. The reason why they didn't care about these in the original work was because as a ninja family, they were a little disdainful of the things in the textbooks, knowing that those were all false. But this time, it was different. Soon, everyone finished the last big question. Please tell us what you think about the village. That's right, it's an essay. And this key point was also prepared by Naruto in advance. When the 11 people saw this topic, their eyes lit up. Everyone's pen didn't even stop. In less than an hour, everyone had finished the content. Put down the pen in your hand and sit in your seat. At this time, Naruto, the Nine Tails chakra spreading around his body, also began to shrink into his body. The originally red eyes also regained clarity at this time. The light blue began to occupy the color of the pupils. Ju-Lama, I actually know all these things. And I understand why. Although negative emotions can affect many people, such an impact will only make me stronger. I'm going to start. Naruto took a deep breath and started answering questions directly. At this time, Sarutobi Hiruzen had already arrived outside the classroom. Sensing the Nine Tails chakra on Naruto, he was regaining his calm. At this time, the look on Sarutobi Hiruzen's face changed from confusion to surprise. Jinchuriki. Their Konoha's Jinchuriki is definitely the best among all the Jinchuriki of the past. Even Killer Bee, the so-called most perfect Jinchuriki of the Hidden Cloud Village, could not have tamed the 8-tailed Ashiki at the age of 6. Not to mention, Naruto still has the most violent 9 tails in his body. This means that Konoha's Jinchuriki will inevitably become a super powerful fighting force. Moreover, this super powerful fighting force is still in his hands. Thinking of this, all the negative emotions that Sarutobi Hiruzen had accumulated before have now disappeared. In less than an hour, Naruto finally finished writing all the content. However, the time is not up yet. Everyone is still sitting quietly in their seats. 10 minutes later, the people from the Anbu walked to everyone's desk and took the test papers away. Sarutobi Hiruzen, who was outside, looked at this situation and smiled. This group of people is really to his liking. During the exam, no one chose to resist, and everyone followed the rules. This kind of following the rules is what Sarutobi Hiruzen needs most. He doesn't like unexpected things. The best people of this generation can have such qualities, that is the best. Talent and obedience, these two factors added together, are the best team he has created for Sarutobi Asuma. The 12 people were taken to the rest area and lunch was prepared. Next, they only need to wait for the test papers to be corrected. In the principal's office, the top test paper is Akamichi Choji's. Is he Ding Zuo's son? This little guy usually looks dull. Let's take a look at his test paper first. Sarutobi Hiruzen picked up Choji's test paper. Soon, his eyes became a little bright. These basic knowledge, mastered very well. Moreover, those application questions, battle analysis, and task analysis, all made Sarutobi Hiruzen's eyes light up. From the inside out, they all showed a strong will of fire. Especially the sentence that under the wise guidance of the third Hokage, Konoha will become the stable and peaceful appearance it is now. Such words completely sublimate the content of the entire test paper. What professional knowledge, what accuracy. In fact, it is not that important. Akamichi Choji represents the Akamichi clan. The Ino, Deer, and Chao-Cho clans are very old representatives in the village. Now, he is very happy that Akamichi Choji has such an awareness. After turning the page, Sarutobi Hiruzen was shocked. This is the awareness of a 6-year-old child. Sarutobi Hiruzen even felt that Akamichi Choji's will of fire was more determined than Uchiha Itachi's back then. Moreover, the content of this article is not just some fantasy, but a practical analysis and argumentation. In addition, at the end, Choji wrote, "My dream is to become the most solid pillar of Konoha." Such a sentence moved Sarutobi Hiruzen. With Choji's example in front of him, Sarutobi Hiruzen is looking forward to the next. There is another test paper. The next one is Neji's. As a member of the Hyuga clan, 2 people asked to skip grades this time. Sarutobi Hiruzen also took it seriously. There was no criticism about the cultural content. Neji had a good foundation. The following content once again made Sarutobi Hiruzen's hair stand on end. It was another content that showed great recognition of him as the third Hokage and had a profound will of fire. Hyuga Neji. I, the Hyuga Gentle Fist, will surely use the most firm attitude to repel foreign enemies and defend Konoha. Sarutobi Hiruzen trembled a little. He felt that after so many years of hard work, he seemed to be seeing the final light. Inazuka Kiba. My teeth and claws are the most powerful weapon of Konoha. In the future, I want to become the Hokage, inherit the philosophy of the third generation, and create a prosperous era for Konoha. Yamanaka Ino. My heart will always beat for Konoha. Nara Shikamaru. As a chess player, I will be the general who protects the throne. Aburame Shino. I hope to become the strongest detective in the village and become the eyes of the village. Hyuga Hinata. I am a woman who wants to be Hokage. Uchiha Sasuke. I, Uchiha, will definitely become the strongest sword of Konoha. I will obey the instructions of the Hokage and kill all the enemies of Konoha. Uzumaki Naruto. The Hokage is the best grandfather, Hokage Aba Aba. After reading the content of the 12 people's exam, Sarutobi Hiruzen sat there in shock, as if something had stolen his brain. Hokage, it's been 2 hours. Is this test paper qualified? Should we go talk to the students first? At this time, a member of the Anbu came in from outside. Looking at Sarutobi Hiruzen, who was in a daze, although he was a little confused, he still spoke. I see. Let's go. Sarutobi Hiruzen collected the test papers of the 12 people. These are the most valuable information. At that time, they can even be used as excellent articles to show to other people in the ninja school. After sorting out the test papers, Sarutobi Hiruzen left here quickly. When they arrived at the rest area, they saw that it was the Hokage who came in person, and the 12 people stood up immediately. There was even a fiery look in their eyes. Naruto, if you can show more enthusiasm, you won't have to be shocked this afternoon. Good man, this is the biggest temptation for them. Now looking at Sarutobi Hiruzen, it's like a golden ticket to avoid death. The heat in his eyes overflowed without reservation. Wrapped in such eyes, Sarutobi Hiruzen even felt a sense of floating. Cough cough, your assessment results are out now. 12 people, all passed. In the next year, I will arrange a temporary exclusive ninja to teach you. At the same time, you will be rewarded with the corresponding ninjutsu. The village will be responsible for the medicinal materials and training resources needed for cultivation. If you can complete the assessment after 1 year, you will become a genin. You can choose to do mission training or join the Anbu. Sarutobi Hiruzen said happily. At the end, even Naruto was surprised. Join the Anbu. You know, the Anbu can be regarded as a core position around the Hokage. The most important thing is that when Uchiha Itachi became the captain of the Anbu, Uchiha Fugaku used this to convince the radicals of the family. It is conceivable that not all ninjas can take up this position. Compare it with a genius like Hatake Kakashi, and you will understand it roughly. Being able to join the Anbu as soon as you graduate is already the highest recognition of a person by Konoha. Yes, Hokage-sama. The 12 people spoke in unison. Ha ha ha, you are all good kids. So, for 1 year, you can take on some missions as a special genin. These tasks will accumulate. At the same time, if you can complete 10 C-level tasks within a year, you don't need to take the assessment. Okay, let's go back. Give your family a surprise. Naruto, you stay here, I will take you to see someone later. Sarutobi Hiruzen said, waving his hand. The members of the Anbu came in with a box. After opening it, there were forehead protectors inside. Looking at the forehead protector, the 12 people were stunned. They thought they would get this forehead protector after a year. Moreover, Sarutobi Hiruzen just said that they now have the status of special genin. This status has never been heard of before. If it is a war period now, then, the 12 of them will most likely be promoted directly to genin, and then become ninjas who go out to fight. But now, there is no war, so there will be no direct path to become genin. This special genin is probably something that Sarutobi Hiruzen came up with temporarily. The 12 people stepped forward one by one and took over the forehead protectors that belonged to them. One by one, they put them on the most suitable position for themselves. This time, the excitement in everyone's eyes was real. Because, even if the requirements of the ninja family are high, such an achievement can be praised. Everyone left here one after another. Naruto, will you come to my house tonight? Uchiha Sasuke walked to Uzumaki Naruto, looked at him expectantly and spoke. If I come tonight, then I will definitely come. Naruto said seriously. Okay. Sasuke seemed to have heard some nonsense, but he didn't react for a while. He left here with a happy smile. Grandpa Hokage. Are you going to treat me to a meal? Naruto stepped forward and said with a silly smile. He even wiped his saliva exaggeratedly. Didn't we just have dinner? Let's go. I'll take you to a place. Sarutobi Hiruzen said, and took Naruto out of the ninja school. Soon, the two came to the memorial garden. This. Looking at the name on the tombstone in front of him, Naruto's body trembled. During this period of time with Minato Namikaze and Kushina Uzumaki, Naruto has become accustomed to the identity of these two people as his parents. Isn't this the tomb of the 4th generation and his wife? Us. Naruto raised his head, his eyes filled with tears. Yes, this is the tomb of the 4th generation Namikaze Minato and his wife Uzumaki Kushina. Actually, Naruto, now that you know the name of the 4th Hokage's wife, you should also know your identity, right? Sarutobi Hiruzen spoke carefully. Although Naruto has already exploded the 9 tails chakra once, and judging from his performance, he can control it perfectly. However, Sarutobi Hiruzen is still worried. This time is his last test. If Naruto can really control the 9 tails chakra perfectly, then Sarutobi Hiruzen will start to tilt all resources towards Naruto. No, everyone in the village said that I am a fox demon. I will not. Grandpa Hokage, I won't be. I cannot. The Yondaime is the hero who saved the village, and I am just a little fox demon, so am I not the monster who killed them? Impossible. Naruto's tears fell as if they were free. Afterwards, Naruto fled quickly without caring about Sarutobi Hiruzen's expression. Seeing Naruto go away, Sarutobi Hiruzen's face was full of helplessness. He wanted to use Naruto's identity as a means to bear the negative emotions of the village after the Nine Tails Rebellion. At the same time, he could also hide Naruto's identity so that he would not be attacked by enemies lurking in the village from other villages. Of course, he also wanted to better control the Jinchuriki. After doing such a thing, the impact it brought to Naruto was too great. Come out, Sarutobi Hiruzen said helplessly. Hokage-sama. Hatake Kakashi appeared here. Kakashi, you heard what happened just now. Besides, I told you those things before. I'll leave it to you, can you do it? Sarutobi Hiruzen said slowly. A guiding Jonin. Still, Kakashi Hatake is a little confused. Do it your way. Now, the best person to go is you. Sarutobi Hiruzen said, taking out his pipe and taking a long puff. Got it, Hokage-sama. Hatake Kakashi said, and disappeared here. By the river, Naruto sat here, his face full of pain and sadness. Looking at such a back, Hatake Kakashi's heart also hurt. When was he so lonely? Until that warm smile appeared, that touch of yellow, like the spring sunshine, warmed him. Hatake Kakashi walked to Naruto's side and sat down. Who are you? Hatake Kakashi, you can call me Kakashi-sensei from now on. Kakashi spoke directly before Naruto finished speaking. Kakashi, teacher. Naruto wiped the tears from his face. You are my father, the disciple of the fourth Hokage. Naruto took a deep breath and choked up. Yes, do you know about me? Hatake Kakashi was still a little surprised. This was just a 6-year-old child, how could he know what he had experienced? Those memories that were buried deep in his memory and that he had never wanted to touch began to slowly revive. Have no idea. Can you tell me about it? My father, Naruto was a little speechless. His originally bright eyes were now filled with loneliness and sadness. Naruto, you should actually be proud. Your father is a great man. Moreover, he is a super excellent Hokage. My father passed away when I was very young. At that time, I also. Kakashi began to tell about him. Naruto's eyes also became brighter. They're gone now. You, Kakashi-sensei, will you remember them? Naruto slowly said. Meeting. However, the clearer my memory is, the more I want to live well. Only in this way can we live up to them. So Naruto, you have to be strong too. In the future, you will definitely become a ninja as powerful as your father. Kakashi said, and stretched out his hand to rub Naruto's head. Looking at those blue eyes, he seemed to see the original Namikaze Minato. At this time, Naruto also nodded heavily, and the sad look on his face slowly disappeared. The members of the Anbu who were monitoring from a distance disappeared here. Because this was the last monitoring mission they received. If Naruto is not abnormal, then there is no need to continue monitoring. Next, it will be left to Hatake Kakashi to take care of Naruto. At this time, a person in the dark slowly sank into the ground and disappeared here. Fire Country Border. Sir, this is the news from Konoha. A ninja knelt on the ground and handed the scroll in his hand to the pale man in front of him. Yes, it was Orochimaru who defected from Konoha. At this time, Orochimaru was still wearing the red cloud robe of the Akatsuki organization. Konoha. Orochimaru took the scroll from his subordinate. After looking at the contents inside, Orochimaru was stunned. Oh, I didn't expect that some changes had occurred in Konoha during the time I was away. These little guys. Looking at the contents inside, Orochimaru licked his tongue. Sir, here is another piece of information. The subordinate handed over another scroll. Orochimaru's face was full of amusement. If the news hadn't come, it wouldn't have come. How could there be so much news at once? Taking another scroll, Orochimaru's smile widened. Go down. Orochimaru waved his hand. Then he turned around, walked to the wall, and went straight into it. The surrounding scene changed. There were large transparent nutrition capsules. Inside, there were all kinds of monsters. Yes, they were monsters. They were not humanoid. After walking through this passage, Orochimaru came to the innermost laboratory. He picked up a special nutrition capsule, which was only the size of an arm. Inside, a mass of white things was wriggling. Since you want it, let's try it. If possible, maybe. After Orochimaru finished speaking, he put the thing into his mouth. After swallowing it, he began to make hand seals. Summoning technique. As the summoning technique was released, a blue-black snake appeared and swallowed Orochimaru directly. Then, it turned into white mist and disappeared here. On the other side, the headquarters of the Root organization. Danzo was covering his face and his arm at this time. He took out a needle and pierced his arm, then injected it. With the injection of this energy, the expression on Danzo's face also eased. Rustle. A snake appeared in front of Danzo. It opened its mouth. An arm slowly stretched out from the snake's mouth. Soon, Orochimaru crawled out of the snake's mouth. The mucus on his body, plus the way he appeared, was a bit weird. Even Danzo couldn't get used to it. Orochimaru, can you change the way you appear? Danzo frowned and spoke with some dissatisfaction. Lord Danzo, aren't you anxious? What, can't you suppress the Hashirama cells? Orochimaru didn't say much, and went straight to the point. Danzo listened and took off the bandage on his arm. The white flesh on his arm was squirming. It was as if there were some bugs inside that wanted to break out of the body. Combined with the eyes embedded in the arm, it was so weird. Stop talking nonsense. You should be able to help me suppress it completely this time, right? Orochimaru, don't forget who has been providing you with resources these years. Danzo said with some dissatisfaction. Of course, Danzo was among those who participated in the forbidden experiment. However, as a high-ranking official in Konoha, he did not leave any traces. In addition, Orochimaru still needed help, so he would not reveal Danzo. Although Orochimaru had been fleeing in the ninja world these years, he still had connections with Konoha. Naturally, Orochimaru opened his mouth and spit out a nutrition capsule. After opening it, a mass of white squirming meat was taken out by Orochimaru. This is my latest research. Very active. However, the energy is very stable. Generally, the chakra of ninjas can be suppressed. After Orochimaru finished speaking, he walked directly to Danzo's side. He took out a small knife and began to transplant Danzo. As time passed, the expression on Danzo's face became more and more surprised. After the replacement, Danzo felt his arm. He raised his hand and clenched his fist slightly. Good. Orochimaru, you already know the problem of Konoha this time, right? If Uchiha still exists next, the old man of the third generation will definitely send his son Sarutobi Asuma to the position of Hokage. If you do that, you will never live under the sun again in your life. Danzo said as he wrapped his arms around himself. Oh, Lord Danzo, you really care about me. But, isn't it Danzo-sama and this one who want to be exposed to the sun? So, Master Danzo, you want me to attack Uchiha? Did he underestimate Uchiha? Orochimaru said with a teasing look on his face. It was hilarious. Uchiha, as we know now, he has 2 pairs of Mangekyo Sharingan. Below him, there are at least dozens of elite Jonin. In addition, now that Sarutobi Hiruzen obviously wants to recruit Uchiha again, he will take action. 1 Uchiha Itachi plus 1 Uchiha Fugaku can kill Orochimaru right there. I need your cooperation. Are there any defective items in the things you studied? Give it to me. Danzo spoke directly. You want that garbage? If that's the case, I can give. However, although it is waste, it also consumed a lot of my resources to make it. They were originally intended for my experiment. 10 million ryo. Without waiting for Orochimaru to finish, Danzo raised his finger. No, I don't want money. Master Danzo, I need 1,000 doses of medicinal herbs. Or the things I asked for before. Orochimaru smiled slightly. Orochimaru has money, but he can't find a place to buy those things. After all, his current identity is more sensitive. He can only collect them bit by bit, which is too troublesome. Danzo is different. As a high-level official in Konoha, it is very simple for him to collect these medicinal materials. However, the value is more than 10 million taels. It must be several times more. Good. However, your things had better be worth the price. Danzo said coldly. Hearing Danzo's words, Orochimaru licked his tongue. Then, I will take my leave. Orochimaru bowed, and then a snake appeared, swallowed Orochimaru, and turned into white mist and disappeared here. As Orochimaru left, Danzo's eyes also cast a cold look. Uchiha, Sarutobi Hiruzen, A dark smile appeared on Danzo's face. In the dilapidated apartment, Naruto senses the chakra around him. Finally, no one is watching. Naruto felt disappointed. Without anyone to monitor him, it also meant that there were no more Anbu guards around him. If the old dog Danzo got desperate, it would be even more dangerous. Of course, as long as Danzo didn't bring the root ninjas with him, Naruto would have no problem escaping. After all, he wasn't someone like Uchiha Shisui who would fight to the death at any time. Thinking of this, Naruto instantly released his Nine Tails chakra. The orange-red chakra began to spread on the surface of Naruto's body. Ding! The host refines the Nine Tails chakra and comprehends the body of nature. Natural body. It will automatically absorb natural energy and convert it into any attribute chakra. The system's prompt sounded, and Naruto's smile widened. With his current physical strength, he can already adapt to a portion of the Nine Tails chakra. If there is more, even if the Nine Tails does not cause trouble, Naruto's body will be damaged because it cannot withstand such a huge amount of chakra. For the next 3 days, nothing happened. In the Uchiha training ground, 12 people were here. Naruto, Sasuke. Could the current be a little weaker next time? I felt like I almost died just now. Inuzuka Kiba said with some pain. Akamaru was also whimpering. Kiba and Akamaru were considered strong physically, but they still couldn't withstand the lightning from the two. If you want to become stronger, this is necessary. So, next, you need to work harder. Naruto also sat up slowly and spoke awkwardly. Because the lightning that Naruto used on himself was twice that of others. The stinging feeling made him almost unable to bear it. Okay, today's practice is over. By the way, Lord Hokage, have you arranged for a Jonin to guide you? Uchiha Sasuke also spoke up. My dad told me that my mentor, Jonin, should be Jonin Sarutobi Asuma. Choji and Ino, they should be the same as me, right? Shikamaru said slowly. As the juniors of the 3 tribes of Ino, Shika and Cho, they would definitely be arranged in the same team. Choji and Ino on the side also nodded. Xiao Li, Tien and I are under the guidance of Mr. Might Guy. We have already made contact. Ningji said seriously. His eyes were always on Naruto. In his eyes, Naruto was the shining sun, guiding him on his way forward. Kiba, and Shino are in Mr. Yuhi Kurenai's class. Hinata also spoke in a low voice. During this period, Hinata has improved the fastest. Her physical strength and the progress of her soft fist have improved a lot. Now, she can fight with Neji. You know, even in the senior year, Nechi is a genius. Naruto nodded. It seems that there is not much difference from the original work. Sarutobi Hiruzen's arrangement is also very obvious. The 3 tribes of Ino, Deer and Cho, as representatives of the ninja clan, were handed over to his son. Hinata and the other 2 represented the 3 tribes of Hyuga, Aburame and Inuzuka. It was handed over to the very ordinary Kurenai Yuhi, because Kurenai Yuhi also has another identity, she is Asuma Sarutobi's girlfriend. Tenten, Neji, and Lee. One got in through the back door, one is a branch family, and one is an ordinary ninja. It is normal to hand it over to a ninja like Might Guy. After all, Might Guy doesn't have any thoughts, so it's best to hand it over to him. As for Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura, handing it over to Hitaki Kakashi who came out of the Anbu is equivalent to wanting to train the 3 as Anbu. My goodness, Sarutobi Hiruzen's arrangement is really amazing. Next, if you have a task, complete it first. If there is no mission and no training, gather together for actual combat training. If you choose this path, it will be very hard. However, our future will also be the brightest in the ninja world. Naruto stretched out his hand. Everyone came over. The boy's mind is so simple. Sometimes, you don't need any interests, just the same dream, you can establish the strongest bond. Boom. At this moment, an explosion was heard in the distance. Is it chakra fluctuation, fire escape? This is the Uchiha clan's territory, how could such chakra fluctuations suddenly appear? No, this is a battle, not training. Uchiha Sasuke said, and rushed directly to the direction of the explosion. The others also rushed in that direction. The 12 people soon arrived at the center of the battle. At this time, more than a dozen Uchiha genin were fighting with something that looked strange. What is that? Sakura saw those monsters and subconsciously took a step back. These. Naruto opened his mouth but didn't say anything. He recognized these things. They were the failed products of Orochimaru's research. But why did these things appear here? According to the timeline, the night of genocide is indeed approaching. But now, Uchiha Itachi has returned to the family and become a normal ninja. Danzo shouldn't do such a thing at this time. Obito. No, Obito shouldn't come here with Orochimaru to cause trouble at this time. Naruto was a little shocked for a moment. Poof. At this moment, two hands suddenly stretched out from below and grabbed Naruto's ankles. They pulled Naruto directly into the ground and disappeared. Naruto. Sasuke shouted and pulled out the short knife on his back. This was a gift from Uchiha Itachi. The violent lightning escape instantly injected into the short knife in his hand and stabbed directly into the ground. The violent lightning escape spread along the ground. However, there was no movement at all. Sasuke's perception was released, but there was nothing underneath. No one. That's right, there was no one here. How could it be possible? He clearly saw Naruto being pulled in. A strong emotion instantly rushed into Sasuke's brain. Then, a stream of energy poured into his eyes. The originally dark eyes instantly turned blood red. At the same time, two Magatama appeared in Uchiha Sasuke's eyes. Sharingan, open. Moreover, the double Magatama Sharingan was opened at once. The perception expanded again, and at the same time Uchiha Sasuke quickly scanned the surroundings. He locked his eyes directly on those failed test subjects. Lightning release. Lightning spark. With the explosion of lightning release, Uchiha Sasuke disappeared from the spot. When he reappeared, he held a short knife and slashed down with the lightning blade infused with lightning release. A failed experiment was slashed in an instant. The moment Uchiha Sasuke made his move, the others also immediately burst out their own chakra. Ninki, Hinata. The two rushed out quickly and rushed into the battle. The movements of their hands seemed gentle and slow. But every time they raised their hands, an attack would fall on the target experimental subjects. These experimental subjects were abandoned by Orochimaru and became failures because they could not control wood release and chakra. Under the Byakugan, the weaknesses of these monsters were completely exposed. A palm fell on the meridian nodes, and the chakra in the bodies of these failures was instantly blocked. As the second palm fell, the stability of the body of the failure was destroyed and it exploded instantly. The huge amount of chakra spread to the surroundings. Fortunately, Hinata and Ninki discovered the disorder of these chakras in advance. Therefore, they were not affected. Hinata, let Ino control your body and share the information with us. Sakura, I'll trouble you to take care of Ino here. Didn't you choose that technique? Now, you can use it. Shikamaru suddenly spoke. After hearing Shikamaru's words, Ino raised her hand directly. The art of changing one's mind. Heart-swapping technique. Ino immediately released two mountain secret techniques. Hinata's vision appeared in Ino's sight. At the same time, the sharing of the heart-swapping technique appeared in Shikamaru's sight. Shadow control. Shikamaru immediately released his own shadow and connected it to Choji's body. Human bomb chariot. Choji immediately released his secret technique. His body and hair were strengthened, turning into a huge meatball. Under Shikamaru's control, he attacked the failed products. This attack accurately smashed the failed products towards Neji. 8 diagrams 16 palms. Ninki took the starting position of 8 diagrams palm. When those failed products flew towards him, Ninki immediately started to attack. Each palm fell on the meridian nodes of these failed products. 8 diagrams 32 palms. After launching a set, Neji's body began to spin again. His crazy attack. Boom boom boom. As the huge explosion sounded, more than a dozen failed products were beheaded. After receiving the information, Aburame Shino released a large number of parasitic bugs. In Shino's eyes, these failed products were completely ready-made experience packages. Parasitic bugs are the bugs that Shino has just mastered. However, the adaptability is very high. However, Shino is worried during this period. What worries him is that you don't have enough chakra to cultivate parasitic bugs. This is completely like someone is sending you a pillow when you are sleepy. Kiba and Shaoli are relatively normal. Both of them belong to strong attacks. They find their opponents and start to attack frantically. As for Tiantian, she acts as an arsenal at this time. When they don't have enough kunai, she replenishes them immediately. When they don't have enough shurikens, she also takes out a new ninja tool bag immediately. In addition to the space-based sealing technique, Tiantian also practiced the wind-attributed ninjutsu sprinting during her training. All the 12 people, except Uzumaki Naruto, who was pulled underground at the beginning, took action. That's young Master Sasuke and his friends. So strong. They are much stronger than ordinary genin. And they seem to have found the weakness of these monsters. From now on, let's fight around Master Sasuke and the others. Okay, hurry up, don't let these trash hurt Sasuke and the others. The Uchiha ninjas also found that the 11 little ones had joined the battle. So, at this time, they immediately joined the battle. At the same time, they assisted the 11 little guys. The strength of these monsters is not very strong. There are just too many of them. With them around, these children will not be hurt. Lightning release. Thunder blade. The sound of thunder and lightning exploded. As the thunder and lightning exploded, the lightning blade in Uchiha Sasuke's hand killed the last failed one. Even so, there was no joy on Uchiha Sasuke's face. Because even after killing all the monsters in his perception, he still couldn't find Naruto. No, Naruto, Sasuke, you are so strong. Suddenly, a familiar voice came into everyone's ears. Hinata subconsciously turned around to look. In the sun, a boy scratched his head and showed a bright smile. Naruto-kun. Hinata's face was full of joy. Naruto was fine, she was finally relieved. She had just opened her Byakugan and accurately transmitted all the information to others. This consumption was not small. It was equivalent to her fighting at full strength. Now that she was relaxed, she collapsed on the ground. Hinata. Naruto appeared beside Hinata in an instant and helped her up. At the same time, a stream of chakra merged into Hinata's body, relieving her fatigue. Humph, did you do that on purpose just now? Uchiha Sasuke said angrily, a little arrogantly. Wow. Look, Sasuke's eyes are the Uchiha's Sharingan, right? 1, 2, or 2 Magatama. This Uchiha elder brother, Sasuke, is only 6 years old, and he has already opened the double Magatama Sharingan, isn't that amazing? Naruto spoke quickly. He didn't even give Sasuke a chance to speak, and he started to brag. How can you control a Tsunere? Then just praise him well, it really works. Ah, double Magatama. Sasuke. Young Master Sasuke has really opened the double Magatama Sharingan. Hurry, go tell the clan leader that Sasuke has activated the double Magatama. What a genius. In this era, he can open the Sharingan so quickly, and with double Magatama at once. Young Master Sasuke is definitely a genius. Several Uchiha ninjas were also very excited. Some of them even disappeared here to look for Uchiha Fugaku. I'm actually not as good as you say. Sasuke was about to say something, but suddenly he felt dizzy and fell backwards. Naruto stepped forward and caught Sasuke. Let's go back and take a rest. Rustle. At this moment, ninjas appeared here one after another. At the same time, a familiar guy also appeared here. Danzo. Looking at the person who appeared, Naruto was also confused. Is this thing related to Danzo? Along with Danzo, there were Udatane Koharu and Sarutobi Hiruzen. Except for Mito Kato-en, who probably didn't come because of something else. All the top leaders of Konoha have arrived here. Sarutobi Hiruzen's face is even uglier. Hokage-sama. Several Uchiha ninjas also put away their smiles and quickly appeared in front of Sarutobi Hiruzen. Hokage-sama. Naruto and the others also stood in front of Sarutobi Hiruzen. Uchiha, hurry up, you Uchiha, why do these things appear? Don't you know that these are? Sarutobi Hiruzen did not continue. Because the existence of this thing was a huge stain on Sarutobi Hiruzen. Because it was the work of his unworthy disciple Orochimaru. Such a thing, as long as it appeared in Konoha. No matter who the other party was, Sarutobi Hiruzen would not tolerate it. Grandpa Hokage, why do you think these belong to Uchiha? We were just attacked. Moreover, we can all testify that these things appeared suddenly, and this is inside the Uchiha clan. The damage here was caused by those things. This is obviously someone put it in the Uchiha clan's territory. Also, Grandpa Hokage, I have another question. The battle here, from start to finish, took less than an hour. Besides, this is inside, old Hokage, how did you know so quickly? Just when Sarutobi Hiruzen was very angry, Uzumaki Naruto suddenly spoke. After a long question, everyone's attention was drawn to him. After hearing what Uzumaki Naruto said, Sarutobi Hiruzen was stunned. Then, he set his sights on Danzo. Yes, this is inside the Uchiha clan. Members of the Anbu and the Root organization are not qualified to come in. After all, the power of the Konoha family is still very large. Even if the Uchiha has never been welcomed before, there will be no Anbu or Root ninjas here to monitor. Naruto just said that the battle started and ended in less than an hour. Then, an hour ago, Danzo suddenly brought the news was already a problem. How did Danzo know that there were these things here? Danzo was also stunned when he was stared at by Sarutobi Hiruzen. He originally wanted to come over and suddenly caught Uchiha dealing with these failed products. After all, Danzo was not naive enough to use these failed products to severely damage Uchiha. However, what he did not expect was that Uzumaki Naruto and others were also there this time. Moreover, they even participated in this battle. It was because of their actions that the Uchiha ninjas changed from the main attacker to the auxiliary. Therefore, the time to kill these failed products was also delayed. Danzo brought Sarutobi Hiruzen to catch the bag, but was entangled in his own trap. Lord Hokage, these things must be the work of someone with ulterior motives who wants to frame us Uchiha. We are the leaders of Konoha's security department. The safety of the village is under our protection. We are also firmly carrying out the instructions given by the Hokage. Hokage, I request a thorough investigation of the village. Otherwise, if these things appeared in the village and ran wild, they would definitely bring harm to the village. At that time, it will even affect the dignity of the Hokage. At this time, Uchiha Fugaku also came here. Uchiha Itachi, Uchiha Nagase and others came with Uchiha Fugaku. With the appearance of this group of people, Danzo knew that there was no way out this time. The children here are not children from ordinary families. They only need to go back and tell their parents about what they saw, and then these people will definitely stand on the side of Uchiha. Just kidding, when it does not affect their interests and harm them, they are still willing to stir up trouble. Minister Fugaku, I'll leave this matter to you to investigate. Even if it is the land of my Sarutobi clan, you can go in and investigate. I don't want to see these things in the village anymore. Humph, Sarutobi Hiruzen said, snorting coldly at Danzo. Then, he walked in front of Naruto. Little Naruto, can you kill these monsters now? Sarutobi Hiruzen put away the emotions on his face, showed a kind smile, and slowly spoke. These things were killed by us. Grandpa Hokage, are you going to give us a mission reward? We have protected the safety of the village, Naruto said with a proud look on his face. At this time, Shikamaru and the others standing behind Naruto all looked strange. This Naruto was completely different from the Naruto in front of them. They even didn't understand why every time Naruto came into contact with the high-level officials of Konoha, especially the Hokage, he would become like an idiot. Ha ha ha, little boy, you really don't want to suffer any loss at all. Key, go to the mission department now and issue a mission. Chase these test subjects within the entire village, including the surrounding area of the village. A test subject can be assigned to complete a C-rank mission. Sarutobi Hiruzen said lovingly. Now, looking at Naruto, he was more and more satisfied. Not only because Naruto showed his talent, but also because of Naruto's attitude towards him. That kind of admiration was what Sarutobi Hiruzen needed the most. A person who could automatically become the Jinchuriki of the spear in his hand without any control, what could be better than this? Yeah, thank you, Grandpa Hokage. Neji, let's go count how many we just killed. Although I didn't participate in the battle, you can easily complete many C-level tasks. Now, there will be basically no problem with our assessment. After thanking Sarutobi Hiruzen, Naruto turned and spoke to Neji. The little ones who were still a little dazed at first, showed a look of joy on their faces after hearing what Naruto said. They quickly counted the monsters they had just defeated. These are a lot of C-level tasks. Moreover, They are less than 7 years old now, and they can complete so many C-level tasks. Then, after becoming a genin, they will be able to apply for the Chunin exam more quickly. Moreover, after returning home, they will definitely get the recognition and praise of their parents. Looking at such a vibrant new generation, Sarutobi Hiruzen was even more dissatisfied with Danzo. 3 generations, these. Let's go. Without waiting for Danzo to finish, Sarutobi Hiruzen turned away. Utane Kaharu also looked at Danzo with an embarrassed look on her face, and then followed Sarutobi Hiruzen's footsteps. Danzo swept Uchiha Fugaku and the surroundings with a fierce look, turned around and left here with dissatisfaction but helplessness. As for the members of the root organization, they also left. This time, his idea of scheming against Uchiha was directly bankrupt. Because for such a thing, as long as Sarutobi Hiruzen did not doubt it for the first time, it would be useless in the future. Even if he wanted to do it again, it might cause some bad reactions. In the Hokage's office, Itachi, I believe you Uchiha will have no problem with this matter. Besides, I heard that your brother has also opened the Sharingan, right? Sarutobi Hiruzen smiled and said, "Thank you for your trust, Hokage. At the same time, I would like to thank the Hokage for his concern on behalf of Sasuke. Sasuke has indeed opened his Sharingan. Moreover, it is a double Magatama. Sasuke will definitely become a powerful ninja in the future. We will also become the strongest guardian of the village for the sake of the village." Uchiha Itachi had a smile on his face. He was very happy when he thought that his brother had opened the Sharingan. Moreover, the process of opening it was not painful. It should be because of Uzumaki Naruto, this strong friendship bond, that helped Sasuke open the Sharingan. Therefore, Uchiha Itachi was very satisfied and proud. Ha ha ha, you, still like this. But, Itachi, I have something that I'd better show you. You may be defeated by your brother. Sarutobi Hiruzen said, took out Uchiha Sasuke's test paper and handed it to Uchiha Itachi. Looking at the comments on it, as well as Uchiha Sasuke's ideas and methods of answering questions, plus the last short essay, Uchiha Itachi's eyes lit up. You Uchiha, the two of you are the village's greatest fortune. Now, Itachi, do you want to give the position of the vice chief of the Anbu a try? Also, the minister is now responsible for most of the things outside the village, as well as chasing some spies. Therefore, the work in the village may require you to come. Sarutobi Hiruzen said, and took out a short sword from his drawer. This, Uchiha Itachi was a little surprised. This kind of thing came a little too suddenly. I believe you can. Are you going to reject my kindness? Sarutobi Hiruzen said with a smile. No, thank you for your trust, Hokage. However, you can talk to the family. Before Uchiha Itachi finished speaking, Sarutobi Hiruzen was more satisfied. He naturally knew the problems within the Uchiha. Although there were radicals and conservatives, the separation of the two factions was more suitable for him to control the Uchiha. But now it is different. If this sharp blade can be fully controlled, then unification is the best. And with the identity of a deputy minister of the Anbu, the Uchiha can be completely controlled. Such a deal is simply a win-win. Okay, Uchiha Itachi stretched out his hands. Sarutobi Hiruzen also placed the short sword in Uchiha Itachi's hands solemnly. A fixed part of the members of the Anbu are guarding the Hokage. Therefore, the news that Uchiha Itachi became the deputy minister will soon be known to all the Anbu. Uchiha Itachi also returned to the Uchiha clan as soon as possible. He must have a lot of work to do next. Therefore, he must deal with the problems within the family in a short time. At the same time, in each family. Ha 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 ha, I'm not even a genin yet, but I've already completed 8 C-rank missions. You little brat, you will definitely become a Chunin soon. Come on. Inuzuka Hana was excited. Even Inuzuka Kiba was a little embarrassed. He had never been praised like this before. Others at home were almost the same. Even Sakura's parents happily took Sakura to a big meal. This special thing was soon spread to the village. Coupled with the C-level mission issued by the Hokage, the ninjas all took action. A C-level mission that even a child under 7 years old can complete, they must be very excited. After the news was passed on, the only one who was unhappy was Danzo. Now, Those test subjects that he spent a lot of money to get from Orochimaru are now completely useless. Because as long as they appear, they will be besieged by the ninjas in Konoha. Why did those little ghosts suddenly appear there? Shimura Danzo's face was full of displeasure. Sir, that person is coming. You now. At this time, a member of the root organization came in front of Danzo and slowly spoke. I understand. Danzo took a deep breath, then stood up and left. He came to a room on the ground floor of the root organization. Here, someone was already waiting for him. Master Danzo, do the things you said before still count? The man who came was Sarutobi Hiruzen's son, Sarutobi Asuma. Have you realized it too? I was not exaggerating before, but now Uchiha is becoming more and more important. Moreover, it is not enough that Uchiha had Uchiha Itachi, now there is another Uchiha Sasuke who has also opened the double Magatama Sharingan. When they grow up, you know what the consequences will be. I heard that Uchiha Itachi is now the vice chief of Anbu. If I remember correctly, did the third generation promise you this position? Shimura Danzo's mouth curled up slightly. Asuma is a young master with high aspirations but low skills, and he doesn't have the meticulous personality of Sarutobi Hiruzen. It's not too easy to influence him. Not to mention, with this opportunity, it doesn't take much effort to deal with Asuma. Since Danzo-sama already knows. So, what should I do next to get back what belongs to me? Sarutobi Asuma was a little anxious. After all, when he came back, he had boasted to Yuhi Kurenai that he would soon become the deputy director of the Anbu. As a result, this position was taken by the Uchiha people. How could he be willing? Danzo had invited him to cooperate before. However, Asuma, who claimed to be the son of the Hokage, was not willing to cooperate with Danzo at all. This matter is not important. The important thing is the position of the Hokage. Now, what you need to do is to consolidate your image in the eyes of the three generations and not make any mistakes. Then, I will prepare some special tasks for you to complete and improve your reputation in the village. Also, the Nine Tails Jinchuriki. Danzo's voice gradually became quieter, and Asuma kept nodding. At this time, in the Uchiha family, Uchiha Fugaku and Uchiha Itachi were both attending the meeting. Sasuke and Naruto had just finished their actual combat training and returned to their room. Naruto, I have opened the Sharingan now. I also got new ninjutsu and genjutsu. But why do I feel that I still can't defeat you? Sasuke looked depressed. Sasuke, who was originally unconscious due to excessive mental exhaustion, woke up in the evening. He found that Naruto was there, so the two went to the training ground for actual combat training. After having the Sharingan, Sasuke could now use the two illusions he had been exposed to smoothly. At the same time, with the dynamic vision of the Sharingan, he could more clearly predict and discover Naruto's attack methods in the battle with Naruto. But even so, Sasuke still had the feeling that he could not defeat Naruto. Sasuke is indeed a tsundere now, but he has a good relationship with Naruto. So, he asked the doubts in his heart directly. Sasuke, you are improving, and I am improving too. I want to always stand by your side and be your teammate fighting with you. Well, I can't fall too far behind. And, Sasuke, let me tell you something. After Naruto finished speaking, streams of Nine Tails chakra began to spread out. After opening the Sharingan, Sasuke had a new understanding of the horror of the Nine Tails chakra. This is the monster in your body. No, it's the nine-tailed fox, right? This chakra is a bit scary. Sasuke frowned, but couldn't help but feel the breath of Naruto. Naruto nodded. Now that you have the Sharingan, do you want to go meet him? You two actually have some similarities. Naruto smiled and said. Ah, one, how could I be similar to a monster? No, how could I be similar to a tailed beast? Also, Sharingan, buzz. Without waiting for Sasuke to continue, Naruto mobilized his pupil power. Instantly, he pulled Sasuke into his spiritual world. The nine tails lying on the ground exuded extremely powerful chakra. This chakra could even affect Sasuke's emotions, and the double Magatama also appeared. This is nine tails. Sasuke was stunned. Feeling his territory, two people appeared. The nine tails also slowly opened its eyes. Little devil, I told you, I don't like to get along with little devils like you. It's already annoying to have you alone. Now, look, this is Ju Lama. Now, I am considered his friend. Ju Lama promised me that he would fight alongside me in the future. So, it can be said that the nine-tailed fox will fight side by side with Sasuke in the future. Before the nine-tailed fox could show off, Naruto had already appeared beside the nine-tailed fox. He stretched out his hand, grabbed the nine-tailed fox's huge claw, and spoke in a sunny and cheerful voice. Ah, this. Sasuke was a little worried at first, but after seeing Naruto's smile, he walked step by step to the front of the nine tails. Is your name Ju Lama? Naruto is my good friend, my name is Uchiha Sasuke, so please give me your guidance in the future. Uchiha Sasuke also stretched out his hand. Uchiha. You are, Uchiha. The nine tails looked at Uchiha Sasuke, and then looked at Naruto. He still didn't understand why Naruto had Uchiha's eyes. Now, there was another Uchiha kid. The nine tails was more or less tired. He was the nine tails. Among the tailed beasts, the most powerful, the most violent, and the most ruthless. But now, how did he become like a babysitter, playing with two little kids? Naruto, look at Kurama's chakra, I can also use it. So strong. While the nine tails was still in a daze, Uchiha Sasuke had already absorbed some of the nine tails chakra. Yes, Kurama's chakra is very powerful. As the strongest. In the future, our training will definitely be faster. Nine-tailed fox was interrupted by Naruto before he could say anything. Then, the two little guys started to talk happily in front of Nine-tailed fox. At this time, Nine-tailed fox looked like a cold and majestic strong man, with two huskies playing in front of him. Destroy it. This is the most realistic portrayal of Nine-tailed fox in his heart now. After directly pointing out the existence of Nine-tailed fox with Uchiha Sasuke, the two quickly returned to reality. Naruto, do you want to be Hokage? Uchiha Sasuke suddenly spoke. Want. Moreover, I must become Hokage, and then use my strength to change the ninja world. Destroy all enemies, Naruto said seriously, protecting the village. Actually, Naruto didn't have too many such thoughts. The reason why he wanted to become stronger was because Naruto knew that the enemies he would face next were not simple. Whether it was the early enemy Akatsuki, or the future enemy Otsutsuki. As for other villages, Naruto had the confidence to pull them all into one camp after he had enough strength. Okay, if you want to be the Hokage, then I will be the strongest Anbu chief by your side. Naruto, we are close friends who want to fight together. Uchiha Sasuke stretched out his fist. Good. Naruto was also very happy. If Sasuke is not crooked, then his talent will definitely be stronger. At the same time, there are now two cage-level strongmen, Uchiha Fugaku and Uchiha Itachi, who can strengthen his brand. In the later stage, through special means, the strength of the cage level will be raised one step further. Then, they can all become the confidence to fight against the Otsutsuki. Sasuke, are you asleep? At this moment, Uchiha Itachi's voice sounded outside. Brother, Uchiha Sasuke stood up and opened the door. Sasuke, Naruto, I want to tell you that our Uchiha clan is moving back. Move to the center of the village, which was our clan's former home. Uchiha Itachi said happily. Migrate the tribe. Ah, Sasuke and Naruto were stunned. Sasuke was curious, this place was not their original clan land. Naruto was surprised, it seems that the biggest beneficiary of this incident is Uchiha. Of course, Sarutobi Hiruzen can't be without benefits. At least, that's what Sarutobi Hiruzen thinks. In any case, if they can move to the central area of the village, then the Uchiha clan will not be attacked and exterminated. In the central area, even if Obito wants to make trouble, he has to consider whether his strength can accomplish that task in the hands of two pairs of Mangekyo. I hope everyone will support it and subscribe more.